Okay, it's 6 o'clock on April 13th. I'm Mark McIntyre, Chairman of the Southampton Board of Architecture Review and Historic Preservation. With me, we have a full board tonight. We have Nina Edwards-Anchor, we have Susan Stevenson, Kathy Buxton, and Jane Clare. So with that, we have quorum, so I'm going to motion to open the April 13th meeting of the Southampton Village Board of Architecture Review and Historic Preservation. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, also joining us, I think by Zoom, is Alex Wallach, our planning director. We have our counsel, Alice Cooley, in the back, recording secretary Jackie Allen, and Sage is handling all things video. So with that, we're off and running. Okay, so the first thing tonight is minutes approval from March 23rd. Did everyone receive the minutes?
Yes.
Have a chance to read them?
Yes.
Any questions or comments?
No.
Okay, so motion to approve the minutes from March 23rd. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have two written decisions tonight, 2 Meadow and 251 Pond Lane. Let's start with 2 Meadow. You want to top line as counsel?
This was a certificate of appropriateness to modify a previous approval to construct a dwelling.
Did everybody have a chance, did everyone receive the written decision, have a chance to read it?
Yes.
Any questions or comments? Okay, so motion to approve the written decision for 2 Meadow Lane LLC at 2 Meadow Lane. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And the second is 251 Pond Lane.
This is a certificate of appropriateness to construct a new 2-story dwelling and a pool house.
Okay. Everybody receive the written decision, have a chance to read it?
Yes.
Any questions or comments?
Nope.
Okay, so motion to approve the written decision to approve 251 Pond Lane. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have no adjournment requests, which is rare, and we have no sign permit carryover matters, but we do have some new signs as we head towards summer. And to speed the process, Amy, I'm going to ask you if you'll help us out and play a sort of signage person. I've got them in order for you. Yep. So the first one is for 18 Jobs Lane 10A for Michelle Farmer Collaborate LLC. Is anyone here representing 18 Jobs Lane?
Guess not.
Okay, you'll just put it in the center there. And
Want me to separate them or just?
yeah, just lay them out so the camera can pick it up so we can all see it. Actually, the first one we need is Michelle Farmer.
Okay.
Yeah. Excellent. And you can grab that for us? Okay. So there we are. And does it tell, can I see the cover sheet for 1 second?
Sure.
Okay. There's an existing sign there for now for another business. It is, where are we?
That is Michelle Farmer.
Yeah,
That is, yeah.
yes, that's,
Are they moving or they're getting approval?
I think they're getting approval.
That's been there, no? It
It's
doesn't
been there.
matter, let's just approve it.
They're not moving, right?
There's a new sign on the next page.
Let's go to the
Oh,
next page.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Quinn.
Go to the next page for us, there you go.
There's a new sign on the next page, according to Quinn,
I believe Quinn.
the all-knowing.
Signs that we have.
Okay.
One says wall on the, all right, what are we doing here?
Okay.
That's the
That's-
old
That's
sign,
previous.
or that's what's there now?
Yeah.
And the thing, and it's lower,
Huge.
It's lower and huge.
there you go.
Yep. It's different. It looks like pin-mounted letters, but I brought it to the full board because I thought the scale-wise it was a little too big. It should be contained inside the width of the window.
I agree.
Agree.
Agreed.
Okay.
And maybe a little bit higher to center
Yeah,
it.
centered
Yeah.
and brought in.
I agree.
Okay.
Look perfectly nice.
All right. Then let's,
Like
so
if
if,
they didn't
we'll take
feel
that
like it
message
was
back to
seen
them and they
on
can
them.
put a new application in.
You have the cover page.
Yep, I'll give it back to you. I'll give it back to you. The next one is the yellow.
I'm going to recuse on this one.
Okay. Evening. If you'll introduce yourself, sir.
Hi, Ron Fisher from Fisher Signs for the applicant.
Great. If you'll take us through it.
This right here.
Thank you.
There you go.
Okay. You want to take us through it?
Yeah, sure. It's a 3/4 inch thick PVC sign with digitally printed vinyl to match their stores in East Hampton and Sag Harbor. It's consistent with the sign that was there previously. Excuse me, in width. They didn't want it centered above the window. They wanted it centered above their storefront.
Is it
don't
pin,
like
that.
is it pin mount? Or?
It's not pin mounted. It's a rectangle board.
Is it shiny?
Yeah, I
It
don't,
would be gloss.
I don't like it not being above the window.
Yeah, I
We
think
don't
I
like
think it
that.
looks like a mistake not being centered above the window.
And then there's a lot of signs in a row there.
Yeah.
I think it throws the whole thing off.
Should align with the one at the bottom.
Yeah. It should sit over the window a line and be probably 10%
Are
smaller.
we letting them have that big a thing at the bottom?
Now we go to the window. What do we think of the window?
What do you think of that?
It's a little big.
Yeah, I think both of
It's
them are a
all the
little big.
same. Yeah, it's too big.
So it feels to me like what I'm hearing is centered over the window and both of them brought down in scale is what I'm hearing.
By how much? 20%?
I heard 10 on the sign.
Yeah. Well, I think
Sorry.
you guys look at it and look at it for balance because you have to look at it what it looks like centered between the window like the previous sign was.
Yeah.
And then scale that toward the between the window and the sign above and come back with another version. We'll take a look at it.
Sounds good.
How about the thing on the window while he's here?
That's what we're saying.
Oh.
They have to that has to scale down in proportion to
Both
what the
of
sign
them.
is above it.
Okay.
Okay. And
So far,
that's-
so bad.
that's
What's
what we know.
next?
what else are you here for?
Aries Design.
Okay, and next up is Aries Design.
Aries Design, here we go.
So they want to do Duranotic bronze pin-mounted letters above the window, and then sorry, I don't know why my voice went out. And then window lettering.
Where is this?
This is on Windmill Lane. Can I see the cover sheet?
Near the laundromat.
Yeah.
Right there.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Nugent Street.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's on
Correct.
Nugent.
And is that, he's a landscape guy?
Yes.
Right, he's a good landscape guy.
It almost seems too small.
Yeah, I'm going to say what I never say. The scale is almost dainty.
Yeah, this one is code only allows it to be so tall, and because
Oh.
their logo is
It's
off.
so tall. That's why it's so small.
Yeah, that's why.
Can you
so-
zoom in a little for me there? Oh, I see, because it's got
See.
that thing above.
Yeah.
What's the thing, what is
That
it
looks
called?
crazy.
See their logo in the upper left off the A.
So why would you, I would just, do they have to have that? That kind of defeats the purpose.
They did request it, and they like the way that looks, but I do have an option without it.
Oh, good,
Let's
let's
see
see
the
that.
option.
I knew
without it,
that
'cause
was
that-
coming.
Because again, if you're finding the store by,
gonna cause
by
accidents,
Braille,
like,
that
what
might
is
help.
that?
But Oy,
Well, that's
okay.
kind of, is that too
could be a
big?
little bit smaller.
That again meets code. Yeah.
So
What
they
I'm going
hide,
to say
yeah.
is that version feels more appropriate to the village, but not in that size and scale. It needs to come down a little bit, and it'll be a little bit lower and closer to the window.
This one has smaller scale, more consistent with the first one, without the logo.
But that seems like an afterthought. None of it seems right.
The answer seems to be in the middle.
Okay.
One of them seems too small, and one of them seems too big.
Got it.
So I think, take a look at your scale and balance between the size of the window and the size of the logo. Take the
So you won't-
decoration off the top of it, and you're somewhere in the middle of those two, and bring it
Yeah.
back.
That's
You-
what we figured. I didn't
And
think you were
bring
going
it
to
back
like
to
the
us, and we'll
logo.
take a look at
Okay,
it.
you can figure that out
Thank
for
you.
them, right?
Yes. And the
Okay.
window lettering is okay?
Oh, let's
Let's
see.
see.
Putting the logo in the lower left of the window.
It's too high, I think.
That is, for sure.
Yeah.
Can we get
You
down
talking
by
about the door or
the,
the window? Are we talking about the door or the
Logo.
window?
It's
Yeah,
too
we talking
high.
about the door or the window is right.
Oh, the door.
oh, the door?
Oh.
I don't care about the door, it looks okay to me. No one's gonna look at it.
I think those are okay.
I know this sounds picky, but there seems to be no relationship between what the logo is and its relationship to the lettering. Because if I look at the door, almost attached. And if I look at the window, there's a huge amount of space between what the relationship is of this logo situation and the type. I think it should be consistent.
It's a tough logo to work with, and they want it present somewhere.
All right.
And it was
I'm
tough.
not arguing whether
Yeah.
it should be there or not. What I'm arguing is if your logo and your letters come together to make your signage, where they exist together should be consistent. And where they exist together is not consistent, therefore it looks odd.
So you want it closer to the phone number?
Just bring it together.
Okay.
See, yeah, bring it, like, see on the door,
Mm-hmm.
where it's right against
Yeah.
the lettering and down on the window, there's a huge distance there. I think it just feels like one of them feels like a mistake.
Okay, I can work with that.
Okay, and then just bring it back and we'll take it back to the sign committee.
And the letter's fine? You're good with the color,
What
Type
color
of
are
It's
they
bronze.
again?
a bronze?
A dark bronze. I'm okay with
Whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Very manly, those.
All right, thank
that.
you.
Okay, thank you,
I'll
Ron.
take your stamp stuff.
For the file.
Thank you.
Thank you. And last but not least, no, we got two more to go, sorry. Serene Hamptons.
And that's,
This is the old John Ducks.
oh dear. Okay.
John Duck?
Yeah, you know, it's called something else.
Then it was, yeah.
Seasons.
And then it was Prospect
Then it was
something.
Prospect,
Oh, yeah.
Main and Prospect, and now it's.
that as a three
They were.
lot.
and
Oh,
they
and now,
rented it.
oh.
This is the third time through this cycle here. All right.
Again, it's too big.
Do we have a
But it's a
pic?
restaurant.
Serene is too
It's-
big.
This is outside.
I
Isn't
still
it?
think that Serene looks too big for the size of the sign.
I believe, I think the lettering within the sign should be brought down. I think
Yeah,
it's too
just a
big and
little
too
bit,
tight
yeah.
within its parameter. Do you have a picture of it in situ? Is it?
Who are we talking to?
There,
I'm
there
asking
was
you-
a
I'm
picture of
asking
an
you
empty
in the file.
sign.
The only thing I have are those two.
Oh, okay.
There was a picture of an empty sign on the Dropbox.
Yeah, there was a different picture in the Dropbox.
Oh, really? The old sign?
Yeah,
But it was a sign with no sign on it. It was just the posts.
So do you want just the Serene part smaller or everything?
Oh, wait, are both those the same height?
Evidently.
I think the type and lettering within the black box needs to scale-wise needs to come down and be,
And can we see
A
where it
little more
is,
air.
where it's gonna be placed?
and we need a picture of location.
I think the other
It's
used
probably
to
where
be
the
on the
existing sign,
driveway.
probably, but they need to show us a plan with it.
One says
in the file.
68 inches across, and the other one says 116 inches.
Well, this is why I'm asking, because one of them seems,
One is, I guess, in front of the door,
Yeah.
and one is in front of the.
Well, there's a
On the
big,
road,
the
yeah,
place where
right.
you
Yeah,
used
you know how they
to
do that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right,
so.
yeah,
sled ride.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's,
The train station and you
Yeah.
see
yeah,
it.
so I think we need two things. I think the lettering within the sign needs to come down and look a little more sophisticated in terms of scaling. And we need a copy of with pictures of where they're going with it in place. And we need to see both of those things. Okay? And last but not least, V. Elizabeth at 79 Jobs Lane. Is anybody here for V. Elizabeth?
What's it called? Elizabeth?
V.
Elizabeth? V. Elizabeth?
Yes.
Well, ask.
V. Elizabeth.
Yeah, if you could introduce yourself, please.
I'm Victoria Lindman, and I'm the owner of V. Elizabeth. It's
Fantastic.
a women's luxury boutique that's going to be right here on Jobs Lane.
Oh,
Fantastic.
okay.
Welcome.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay?
So ultimately, I'm just replacing exactly what was already up there. It's Brazil Breeze, which is up there right now. It's going to be a very muted, bronzed lettering. It's just simple letters. There's no panel behind it, no lighting, nothing. It's just each individual letter.
Is it gold, though?
It's very muted. It's not like metallic. It's not shiny, sparkly, and no matter. It's just a very brushed bronze.
Do you have the color?
Do you have
I
a sample?
Don't have the specific. I do have a sample of it.
Good.
Is it bronze or brass or,
It's like a bronze brass.
what is it, a paint or a real?
That's gonna
What
look kind
material is that?
of- This is wood. This is the sample. It's going to be a metal, each individual letter, but kind of distorts it on the image for color wise.
show the picture that's existing, because it's literally just replacing.
This one.
The material,
So this is
too?
what is up here.
We're concerned about the material, I believe.
If you're going to speak, I'm going to have to ask you to come up and introduce yourself, please.
That one is what is up there now.
Could you spin it around for
Oh,
me? Yeah.
sorry. Sorry, that one is the one that's up there now. So it's ultimately just replacing the letter to spell something different.
But those are bigger than the one you're showing, is that correct?
Nope, it's the same. They're 9 inches is mine. And it's just, I think it might just appear bigger only because it's all together. and
Here's
a
what I'm going to
little
say,
bit-
because we don't, in the village code, it says to stay away from metallic letters.
Right.
And this is reading gold.
Okay.
So if you could find a darker bronze
Okay.
that doesn't read like a metallic gold color,
Right.
that'd be great. And I actually think if those are 9, it would look a little better if they were either 7 or 8 instead of
Okay.
quite so large.
Okay.
Is that,
Yeah, I would agree,
Yeah.
yeah.
anyone else?
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can have somebody just redraw that quicker and
Okay.
quickly and get us a different sample. We have a sign committee that'll take a look at it here, and if we see the second version of it and it passes, then we just approve it without
Okay.
having to wait for the next meeting.
Awesome. Thank you
Okay.
so much. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
So
Okay.
nothing on the window, there's nothing on the window?
There's no window signage?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay,
This is extra.
great, thank you. Thank you and welcome.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to town.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's signage. Okay. Okay, we have no demo evaluation, so that takes us to public hearings historic. The first is Village of Southampton, 23 Main Street.
All right, showdown. Is this it? No, I'm hoping it's going to be done.
What happened in the trustee meeting? Did they get the budget approved? What happened? Was there something about this in the trustee meeting?
Oh, not that I know of.
He's
Okay.
the architect. He
I know,
doesn't have to
but
worry about
there was something
the
that happened.
budget.
Okay.
More showdowns.
Was there something?
Yeah, something I done in front of. Okay,
All right. My name is Pete Pasquale. I'm the architect working with the Village of Southampton in addition to our renovation of Southampton Village Hall. We've been here in a couple different times. First to present the overall approach. The second time a redesign to make the proposal more approachable, welcoming, and informed by the existing building. And the last time we made progress on the front door, planting plan, brick specifications, and aspects of the brick detailing. I'm here today to address some additional comments on the brick detailing, as well as questions about the rear door and signage associated with it. We'll hop into that now. If there's any past information that needs to be represented, please let me know.
okay, thank you.
Otherwise, I'm just touching on those specific comments. We had talked before about this recessed brick detail that we find at the top of the existing building on the sides, and interpreting that for the locations where the new stair is obstructing what, if windows were there. So we've simplified the detailing here to be consistent with that reference on the existing building. And then we've changed the alignment of the top of this detailing to key into the top of the windows, just creating a cleaner relationship. While different from this exactly, it does keep to the spirit of it in terms of striking that line. So we made those 2 adjustments per the recommendations. The rear door is a wood painted door. We updated the profile, and we're specifying that it is white painted signage on the glass.
And a window,
What? And a window.
yeah,
Um,
much better.
Something we included before but didn't touch on explicitly is that we are including signage mimicking what is found on the existing building towards the front, indicating both village building and AD 2027 in the same inscribed serif font as the front of the building in limestone. And so those were responses to the most recent comments. I have a package of materials if there's anything else we want to touch on today.
I just have the weirdest question. Is the name of the building the Village Building?
It says that on the front of the building, yes.
Okay. Village
Wow.
Building. Okay.
Okay, yeah, we should stick with it then.
Oh,
don't we?
it says, as long as it says it on the front,
I
we'll be
mean, I don't think
consistent.
we're into should be naming it anyway. Should we?
No, you don't regulate the content.
Yeah, it says Southampton Village Building on the front. Yeah, okay. That says Southampton Village
But
Building.
is that a placeholder, or is that
Oh,
actually
no,
the?
that's in the, across the Keystones across front. All right. Well, board members.
Looks okay to me.
Yeah, I agree.
We could beat it to death, but I think you did.
Board
a
members,
nice
you'll have
job.
to make Sage happy and pull your mics forward.
I think it's a
No one can
much,
hear you.
much improved. I like the door with the window, and just the subtle changes make it look much more aligned.
And it looks fairly friendly, too,
It's good.
Yeah.
We've come a
which
long
is
way.
good.
We've come a long way.
You have. Are there any comments from the public? John?
Yeah, I think it's magnificent. I want to thank the board for requiring this.
John.
John, you have to come.
Have you-
you have to
did
come
you
up and-
listen to
I
Sage?
don't want to thank the board for taking their time and requiring the changes. I do not understand AD 2027 on the back of this building. You're dressing up the rear entrance. The building is not, it's deceiving. The building's not, it's not from.
Can you just come
2027.
stand over here before
The
Sage has
building
a
is not from
connection?
2027. The building is, the
Oh,
facade of the building correctly states the building's from 1911 or something like that. This is, you're dressing up the back of the
Oh.
building, which is nice. Why does it say AD 2027?
I think that might be a point.
Excuse me?
I think I might agree with you.
Yeah.
Let's ask.
That makes
Why
no
does it
sense
say
at all.
80? Okay,
It's
thank you.
just been
Thank you.
renovated or,
Yes,
re-
just a portion of it as well.
It is important in terms of preservation to say what is original and what is not, so I would suggest that we put both dates on. 1911-2027.
I think that's just as confusing. Do we need either?
maybe we should,
Yeah, we can, I don't want to confuse it for the original building. That's part of the whole point.
I think
of-
there's no way that would happen, but that's
Okay.
okay. And I think you did a wonderful job, by the way. I'm not making fun of you.
Yeah.
I think, Well,
Not-
how are we going to work this out?
Oh, well, I would just say take the date off.
Take, yeah, I mean.
Take the date, just take the
Okay.
date off.
Sounds good. We will remove the date.
Okay.
Nice study on the plantings as well.
Thank you.
Any other comments from the public? Anybody online? Okay.
Um,
I too, I will echo John's sentiment. The first time you came in here was January, I believe.
Oh,
I was looking back to see when we started this process, and you came in with an informal meeting. Well, it's a formal meeting, but, so we've been through this 3 or 4 times, and I think each time we've gotten closer and closer and closer, and I think the last time you came through, we had very specific comments, which you heard, and I think this plan represents, from what I see, everything you've heard from the board. So with that, I'm going to motion to move to written decision to approve the plans for Village Hall at 23 Main Street from drawings presented on
stop.
April 13th with
Is it called Village Hall or Village Building?
Village Building.
But should it be called Village Hall?
Well, at the front of the building says Village Building. Why would the back say Village Hall?
It wouldn't, but can't we change the front too?
No,
No.
because we can't change
Okay.
that. So,
I think
Okay,
it's obtuse.
so, hang on. So motion to move to written decision to approve the plans for 23 Main Street presented on April 13th with the one stipulation that the lettering of AD 2027 be removed from the back facade. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's going to be magnificent, and
When do you
really,
start?
really appreciate
Oh,
all the
after the
work.
budget committee gets
There's
together?
a ways to,
Yeah.
there's several
It's,
steps. This is one of
Yeah.
3 or
That's not
4
your-
big ones. So.
Ugh.
Anyway,
We'll
did
take
everyone
it.
watch the trustee meeting? Okay.
I did watch part of
I think we
it.
simplified it, it'll be cheaper.
What we just saved in lettering is huge.
Exactly, right there.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so that takes us to 251 North Main Street for a COA to addition to a rear of a dwelling and existing renovation. Welcome back.
Good evening.
Hi.
Brandon Brady for 251 North Main. I'm the owner and the architectural designer. So per our last meeting, I have 4 main updates. And please let me know if you want me to do a full overview of the project again. Otherwise,
Well, you should probably start with what the updates are, and then
Yeah.
if you've rendered that, show the room what everything looks like.
yeah, I'll show you the rendering. So
Okay.
just off the bat to show on the elevations, our main changes per the comments were our columns in the front and the crown at the chimney. Those were the 2 big ones. So per those suggestions, we've are now proposing a more traditional, just a round column. When you drive down North Main Street and through the village, this is a typical style. So going with that, and then also per Susan's note last time, enclosing the pediment here, which I think was a good call. And then in the rear, the main comment was the crown of the chimney. So I took time, I drove through the village, up and down the corridor on North Main Street, and in proposing this updated design, which is, I think, more in tune with the historic precedent of the village. And then the last item that I revised is this peak window here, which we're proposing to take the original window and restore it and reuse it in the same place. So that's currently existing right here. Per Zach's historic report, that's about the only original window from the house around the 1890s. So we want to just restore that window, use it in the same way, same location on the rear facade. And that sums up the notes from last time.
Okay. Board members.
And the color, have you changed the color, or is this?
Nothing in terms of material colors changed, so I have that here. The windows are the same. It's a Marvin product, yeah.
And what's the color?
The color is Cromwell gray. Let's pass that. So this is what is, this hasn't changed from the beginning. The window color.
This is the window and then, yeah,
Trim, yep.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you just can't tell the difference between.
And just the rendering and the front pediment
Mhm.
in the elevation don't correspond, I don't think. I was just wondering which one is final.
The rendering,
The rendering.
Yes.
You're closing it off.
Yeah.
yes.
You want to see this?
Yeah, I see that right there.
No, it's the same stuff every time. Do you like to see this? Gray and gray.
I'm sorry, Nina, what was your point? What?
Oh, this
what-
pediment here on this elevation, the front elevation is open, and then in the rendering, he's
It's closed.
The rendering is correct. I see it's just a little error of the hatch there.
So is this the material on the exterior of the house?
That's just the windows. The house is going to be yellow cedar.
A natural yellow cedar?
Correct.
And it's gonna weather naturally?
Correct, yes.
And that's the paint trim. Evidently. All right, what are we doing with this? We're gonna give this back to you somehow, but I'm incapable of doing it, so. It's gonna go a long way to get to you.
Okay.
So what are we doing? The thing that's high up.
I have a feeling it's probably a result of the rendering. But on A900, the way it renders out, it looks like halfway down the house changes color.
It's
But I
the
think
rendering.
that's just the rendering,
Yeah.
correct?
It's a
Okay.
rendering, and then, of course, it's the way the renders print versus how you
Yeah.
read them.
It looks like in the back half,
On
at the
the
end of that
screen.
long driveway, they're accounting for sunlight on the back half of the house, but it almost looks like
Yeah.
two colors. And also, when you look at the rendering for A901, the actual relationship of color versus the siding material is considerably different, actually, than A900.
A900 looks brown, but it's supposed to be gray, right?
Well, he has to get away with
It's, I mean, these are the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the natural
Yeah.
shingle. It'll be left to weather, no treatment on it.
The front rendering looks super brown compared to gray. It's just a little confusing.
Yeah, I think that's just the nature of the print on the render.
And are the window frames popping out like that? Did you see on the side? Again, it's the render probably.
It's a render, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a super
Flush, more
simple,
flush.
yeah, exactly. Nothing atypical with that.
So, any other comments, board members?
And the driveway is stone?
Yeah, it's gonna be like a pea gravel, yeah.
Okay. Are there any comments from the public? All right. Okay, so I think what I'm hearing is that you guys are good.
Yes.
No comments.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
So with that, I'm going to move to, where's my agenda? Hang on. I'm going to get myself all lost here. I'm going to move to written decision to approve the application for 251 North Main Street for drawings stamped March 31, presented on April 13th. Is there a second?
Can you just add the condition that the line drawing will be
Oh,
updated
yes.
to
with the-
reflect
I'm
the
sorry,
rendering?
Yes, with the condition the line drawing will be updated to match the rendering.
Yes.
And I'll look at it before I sign. Is there, all in favor? Is there a second?
Aye. Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. First of all, thank you, because
Thank you.
this is another project we've come a long way on. So we appreciate all the work that you've done and all the changes that you've made.
This is when the process works, I
Yes.
feel like.
Yes,
Much
thank-
stronger
Thanks.
result.
Thank you, so thank you very much.
That's good. Nobody ever tells us that.
Okay, thank you. So next up is 303 First Neck Lane for an addition and renovation to an existing dwelling. Evening.
I'm Richard Cerno from AML Architecture in Southampton Village.
And I'm John Bennett from Bennett and Reed, 212 Windmill Lane, Southampton.
Okay.
So the last time we were here, I think the board members wanted to go visit the property. I know, Susan, you were able to attend. I don't know whether or not anyone else was
I
able to.
went.
Great, excellent. Perfect.
I think
That's good.
You've had good attendance.
No problem with the gate?
No, you know what the trick was? You had to get really close,
Yeah,
closer
yeah,
than you
gotta-
think
yeah,
you
get
do for the
close.
gate to move.
Right.
That's why nobody wanted to
Right.
get close enough to like thinking whatever. So anyway, one of us like guided the car forward until the gate opened. It was the
Yeah.
whole thing. But
I will
like-
tell you that's a constant
Yeah.
because people don't, they just set it so that.
And also when you see that, when you see the
have to
gooseneck
really
that's
get on
there,
top of it. Yeah.
you assume that you have to plug something into it. So there's that. All right.
So we went over the objectives a little bit last time, but I'll just summarize briefly if I can. So we are proposing to put an addition to this house on the west or back side of the building, the existing structure. In the past, there was a much larger portion of the building that had been removed since. So we thought that that is an appropriate spot for the addition. We also think that the west facade has been reworked over time, so many times that there's very little historical value to it at this point. So again, it was another good point of attachment. We shaped the addition so that it could attach to only the western facade and remain well inside the gable lines and the wall lines so that the four corners of the existing structure can always be seen. And therefore, you know, you can picture the piece being removed as somebody had mentioned in the past. So that's one aspect, is that western addition. Another aspect is the restoration of the front porch, which we would like to remove the entry foyer from the front porch and restore the front door to what we believe was its original location, which provides a little bit of symmetry on the front porch. And the final request for the renovation is to replace all of the exterior windows and doors. They were already replaced in 2015, but they were installed with replacement windows, and there's some aluminum frames on the interiors that we would like to completely replace with painted wood windows and doors.
May I ask which company, or is it custom?
It would be custom. Right now, they're Marvin, but we were looking at like a Jake Gleason or a Riley kind of window.
Okay.
Can I make a few comments?
Sure.
If I may, having been involved in quite a few of these attempts to marry something new to something old, when I say new construction, and the balance it required is to keep away from mimicry, so that you're not just designing something as if you were designing something at the original date of the building, but also keep away from incongruity. I found that the proposed addition is sufficiently different to show the seam where the addition is. but not such as to clash at all with the existing residence. I follow this stuff fairly quickly. I'm a fairly good student of it. The examples shown in the literature, including some of the bulletins of the Interior Secretary, show examples for additions, so that you can take that, in effect, take it off, that I found in my appearances before this board are too stark. So some of the illustrative examples that you see in the Interior Secretary's guidelines for new buildings, the changes are too stark. And I think that what we went through with the Makamoto design, the original proposal probably met the Interior Secretary's guidelines, but I thought was too stark. So did the board. So we went back to the drawing board. There were two architects there, remember, and the first architect showed me examples of how how the addition should be, using the Interior Guidelines determinations, and I said, that may be nice, but I don't think that board is going to like those, because they're too stark. So you'll remember that the addition at Makamoto became much more sympathetic to what the existing architecture was. So much so that you'll remember that one of the board members voted against it. Then board member Coburn voted against it, now trustee Coburn, because he didn't think that there was a stark enough. He thought it blended too much into the existing architecture, that addition on the north. But I think what's done here has been really artful. It shows a seam and a break line, but doing so with appropriate harmony in terms of lines, material, push and pull, light and shadow. And I mean, obviously we're all ears, but I think Rich and company have done a great job in designing something that is sympathetic but not incongruous. There's nothing jarring there, but you can still see where the addition is.
Okay.
And the other thing that's very important, because it was concerned to me, what are you going to do with, are you by adding that addition to the west, obscuring something that's historic, but we demonstrated very convincingly through building department records that the fenestrations, that has been, what did you say, the phrase you used was great, it had been worked over so many times.
Well, they've been,
Yeah.
I mean, since
The west facade. So
1979.
That's the perfect place for the attachment, for the addition. It's just fortuitous, but it is. I don't think there's any windows, no original windows there.
There are not.
And
There's
some
no
of the
original windows in
combinations
the building.
And the changes have been made to the fenestration are quite obvious through our very painstaking review of the building department's records.
And we went through the building with Zach, room by room. He was hoping there would be something in the attic, but there were no original windows left.
So this has been,
Can
I
just
think,
interrupt really
I'm sorry,
quickly?
I'm
Just-
sorry.
Just
Hannah.
confirm that the addition is actually larger than the existing footprint? It's 2,004 square feet. I'm sorry, I have to go back to the drawing.
The addition
The
is,
existing residence is smaller than the addition.
no, that's not true. The existing residence is, existing GFA is 4997, and we're proposing an additional 3590.
But on page 24, oh, that's the second floor.
That's the second floor.
But they're taking it off.
If you look
No,
at,
nothing's taking off, Susan. It's what we showed what was there, but had been taken off years ago.
well, if we can go to that drawing, that's page 6. And this is an overview of the large, substantial portion of the building that was removed. This is a survey from 1926. The white portion on the survey, the white hatched portion, is the existing building.
But that's shown just to show what was taken off. It's not to suggest an appropriate size for it.
Well, we're showing the fact that a very large, almost 1,400 square feet
Here we
of
go.
footprint was removed from this building.
Oh, that's the original footprint?
That's the original footprint.
Yeah.
So that has been removed from the building, and we are proposing essentially that same area plus an additional 900 square feet of footprint. So it's larger than the structure that's there, but it's not larger than the structure that's historically been there. And to be honest, I mean, relative size, that the house is small.
To the neighborhood.
Relative to its location, the house is small.
If you-
Family's growing and they,
Yeah, but if you take just the GFA of the house,
the existing structure,
no, overall, all in,
all in, the
We're-
GFA is 70%.
70%. I mean, now the village code says you have to add in the accessory structures, which I always scratch my head about, because one of the things you're doing with GFA is to try to keep down mass. But if you have a main structure but an accessory structure pushed way over in the southwesterly corner, you don't run into any issues with mass. But taken as it's on its own, the proposal is about 70% of maximum GFA. The roof line is lower. And certainly there was a large structure in the back many, many years ago. Many, many years ago. So we're just trying to do something sympathetic to it, but at the same time, keep it from a point of view of design, so it's an addition, subservient, not as high as the house.
Do you have the date of the?
Yeah.
When it was removed?
Well, you said many years ago.
Well,
Excuse me?
sometime between 1932, which is the last time it appears on one of the village maps,
Oh.
and 1979, which is the
Wow.
the oldest official building permit we have for work being done on the house. So between that period, it was removed.
I mean, obviously prior to the historic district and all that stuff. They probably would have had a tougher time removing that, now, obviously.
What do we know about the small extension that's on the back that's to the, I guess, on the north side of the existing patio in the back?
Yes,
What do we know about that structure?
that structure was added sometime after 1979. If you look on the building permit drawings from 79, which is
Bless you.
page 11, you can see that that structure does not exist. And these are the executed permit drawings with the C of O on page 12, stating that the building was constructed as proposed in these drawings, and that little pantry structure does not exist.
Yeah, when the client came to me with conceptually what they wanted to do here, I was very, 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 very painstaking about the fact that you're going to have to, in effect, forensically show what's new and what's old, and the fact that a large portion of this building had been removed, and the porch reworked.
And that little pantry structure, you can see on page 10, there's two surveys. The one on the left is from Squires,
Yeah.
and the one on the right is from 98, also from Squires. And you can see that that structure in that corner is starting to move around and be reworked.
Because I knew that you were going to ask those questions, so we're extremely well prepared for it, as you should.
That's our job. All right, board members, thoughts?
You're using the original front door, even though you're moving it, the same door will be used.
The same
Yeah.
door and side
Yeah.
lights, exactly.
How much of it do you think is the original door?
I think all of it.
All of it?
Zach was really impressed by
Yeah.
this piece. It stood out to him. And you can see that if you look at page 13, there's photographs. Oh, there you see in the upper right, the entry door at front porch. The front porch is actually cutting into the
I know, that's
the
funny.
head casing of
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
we would very carefully remove this. And actually, the underside of the door has been cut on the angle of the porch
Yeah, see
floor.
it. It's-
Mhm.
The
So we would-
slopes, yeah.
We would restore them so that they're both horizontal and, complete them, but we would reuse these exact pieces.
And then what are you doing with the eave over the porch? Right now, it's straight for half of it. Is it going to be elevated, or is it
No.
going to be
That porch roof will continue all the way to the other side.
all the way to the other side at the
Yes.
same level that it is now?
Exactly, yeah,
Okay.
and if you look on the renderings, page 35,
Oh, there we go.
page 35 shows the restored porch and what that would look like with that entry mass removed.
I mean, the contrast is pretty significant to the photograph on the left, upper left, and the elevation on the right. Really done our homework here.
Well, it's interesting because this facade is the only facade that has any kind of hint of symmetry.
Yeah.
And that
Well,
entry
within,
foyer,
within reason, the original house is sort of a cross gable house.
yeah,
And the thing I'll be honest with you, I'm struggling with a little bit, is that I look at a cross gable house, and right now the house presents forward. There's a beautiful patio between the top of the peak that faces the street. I'm completely supportive of moving the door back where it clearly belonged before. Even you can see how they put it, didn't make sense, so the door had more presence. But now when I look at it, it almost looks, I'm not sure that I'm seeing this addition as feeling at all subservient to the original house. Because now instead of a house that is focused down the center, that's a cross gable house, I have that focused down the center, and then I got this huge addition that juts off to the right versus going farther back or using the distance where it's not so obvious. And while you say it's smaller, I'm not convinced that the height that you've put it in would be considered subservient enough to the original structure to really celebrate what was the historic house, and that's what I'm struggling with.
No, the old survey, the survey that had the portion.
I think what's hard, Mark, is the fact that
page
this
6.
isn't going straight on. So the angle is different. I would like to see it straight on. We're not seeing it.
Which,
We're not seeing the addition straight
Where's
on.
the elevation? What
To
page
the
is that?
west.
Well, we are coming off the west quite a bit. I mean, it comes back off the west.
well, but you see how you're heading, I guess that's north? See
And
that-
then north.
That huge
Right.
north
Well,
extension
right.
that's out there. So
Right,
at the
like,
street,
you know,
it now
like, we're
presents,
not
it no longer
seeing,
presents as a
like,
center
we're not
gable
here
house. It
looking.
presents as a center gable
Right,
house with a
yeah,
wing
like-
way off to the right versus
we're
taking
over
the volume,
here
moving
looking
farther
at it.
back behind
If
the
we were
house.
in the very
It
front of the
sits,
house,
it
is
sits
that
to
all we're
the,
gonna
to the
see
north
of
of the
it?
house, and it's largely present. And it seems to be,
Just
how
that it
much shorter
does
is
seem
that
very
roof line
large,
really
is
than the actual
Can we
house?
just have one person talking
Sorry.
at a time?
Yeah, how much shorter is that roof line than the actual house?
It's just under 5 feet.
Lower. That's significant.
So that's, and the, you know, from the, and I understand both sides of the, John, I actually understand your argument about Mocamonto here, but when I look at
Well, it's
the finished
obvious.
details that you're putting on the proposed extension
How
match,
could you not understand?
like the column detail, the window detail, the dormer detail match the house so clearly, I don't know that it's to an untrained person, if like an average citizen went by, is it obvious that this is actually an addition? Have we made enough separation where I can visually recognize the historic house? And that's one of the questions that I have.
I think that's a question of degree, because it should be, to a discerning eye, it should be apparent.
Well,
And I think that if we have to make it blatantly obvious and we're gonna be changing columns and changing window types, I mean, one thing we talked about the last time was the kind of frenetic nature of the windows and the patterns of the windows and all the activity that's going on around the building. You know, our approach was to create a quieter addition that was not doing those kind of chaotic motions around the four sides of the building. So, you know, I think the trims, they are inspired by the original trims, but the projections are half of the projections of the existing roof overhangs. The windows, yes, we'd like to match the windows because there's already 4 or 5 different types of windows there. Given the Queen Anne dormer windows, you know, the 6/6, the 12/2.
I'm trying to quiet it down.
It's, I mean, if we start introducing more window types, you know, it was a matter of using the kit of parts that's already there in the quietest way possible.
I think we appreciate the attempt and the lowering in scale and the quietness and the intention is there, but the overall impression, where you say you need a discerning eye, the overall impression is that it's pretty massive and sprawling. I don't know if there's a way to make a breezeway, or I don't know, just this,
I don't know
the
how it can be-
volume.
And it also feels like it clips off the back corner of the house.
I don't know how it
And its
can be
attachment.
massive and sprawling if your village trustees gave you guidelines and we're at 70% of that. So massive is an easy word to say. And massive is usually a word where people, I find that word so overused in this board. But
Let's see,
you know,
one
you
of the, one
have
of
certain-
the, one of
Well,
the
it
things
happens
that
all over, that
well,
these
one of
houses
the
get
things that
built
the
and they're
village
oversized.
guideline, one of the things the village guideline tells us is to locate additions to historic buildings as inconspicuously as possible, usually to the rear or least public side of the building. I don't think there's any way to call this inconspicuous. Because I just think the scale and presence versus the existing house of the, and I think either lowering the scale, taking your volume more to the rear of the house than to the north of the house. I think there's a way to do this to accomplish what you need that's not so jarring from the original presentation of a historic house.
It's a corner lot.
I don't care.
Well, Ike, of course you have to
I-
care. It's
no, I-
corner lot. You have
no,
to
no,
take that into
you've got eight,
consideration. You have two
you're not,
front yards.
don't even try to convince me you don't have enough acreage to go back.
Well, that's the other thing.
And the
There's quite a
other
bit of
thing is,
acreage.
and the other thing is, how this house presents as a center gable house to the street. Now, you sort of take away the beautiful cross gable center of this house by the mass of the extension, the way it's attached to the house. And that's what I'm struggling with. There may be a way to make it less
What are you thinking?
massive.
What are you thinking, Mark?
Massive.
No, seriously, what are you thinking? It's a question. It's not a rhetorical question. What are you thinking in terms of what is the way? It's not a challenge. I'd like to have your thinking.
It's what I'm thinking is what I'm seeing that I'm disagreeing with. It's
Yeah,
not my
okay.
job to tell you how to design a
No, no,
house.
you know what?
And I
Let me
know
tell you
you're going to go around that, but it's not. And I'm not an
Architecture
architect, so I'm not
my
saying.
goal to tell you how to build things, but you know what? That's inherently arbitrary and capricious. We're here to
That
listen
is not
to
arbitrary
you.
and
Of
capricious
course it
because,
is.
no, it's not.
I'm the lawyer, I think it is.
Well, there are lawyers that say, we're not going to get contentious about this here. You're hearing what I think.
I'm hearing a negative. What I'd like, we have, our
I'm not
ears
being,
are open.
I don't know this being negative, I'm just
Our-
being honest about what I'm saying. That's not
Our ears are
negative.
open if you have suggestions that would
I
meet
guess my
your concerns.
suggestion would be that the volume shouldn't go so far to the west and the volume should be taken up more at the back of the house, so it's not so obviously visual from the street.
That's
That
helpful.
would be what I would think.
That's helpful.
I
That's
don't
helpful.
know what my fellow board members think,
Well,
but that's my first sort of thought.
I think this is a good image to talk about how this building is coming to the north, because, you know, from this roof plan, I mean, this does not look like an enormous extension here, this part that's coming off to the north, right? And I think that maybe the render perspective is,
What's the distance from the street?
It doesn't
And
matter.
what's the distance from the street to the leading edge of the addition? And what's the distance between the leading edge of the house and the leading edge of the addition?
well, the house is, the addition's about 60 feet back from the front of the house.
Okay, and how
Which
far
is-
is it from the road?
It's far.
It's far.
It's far.
It's far.
Yeah.
It's probably another 80 feet plus that, so, you know, you're talking
Half a football
140
field.
feet minimum.
Half a football field.
You know, it also creates, that's the kind of utility entry side, which I think helps to create a courtyard there at that entry.
Well,
And preserves the
here's
rear
where I
yard
think,
of the
here's
property, which is very
here's where I kind of
park-like.
think we are. What I'm hearing is concern from multiple board members about the location and mass of this against the original structure and feeling appropriate to an important historic house in the village of Southampton on an important street. So that's what I'm hearing. Board members chime in here, but that's what I'm hearing.
Well, I do think it's big, considering. I think it has a certain, almost overwhelming size to that side of the house.
Well, I think if you
Well,
compare
we're
it to
not
the
concerned about
buildings.
size, right?
if you
Well, how
look
it
at-
looks, it overwhelms.
What we're concerned, I think
Yes.
what we're concerned about is, does the addition come on as subservient to the original structure? Is I think what we're hearing, and it feels like the original structure is subservient to the addition, or that's the way, what we're seeing right now when we look at how it's
There's-
rendered.
I have a question. With this rendering, this is the addition? So when you're in the front of the house, you're really not seeing?
Correct.
Oh, it is, okay.
From, yeah. from-
Because from this angle of the driveway,
Right.
it seems like the addition just looks monstrous, but from the very front of the house looking forward, but I can't tell from the rendering if that's
The
correct
rendering's
or
not
not.
very helpful for that. I would
Yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah.
But I think it's somewhere in between. I think that rendering, that you're looking at the extension coming out at you, you're standing on an
Maybe
angle.
exemplifies it, right, yeah.
Can you stake it? Might be helpful to see it in the field. Why don't you stake where it happens? That might show how obvious, to me anyway, the relief is by it being that far back. And then we can also take a look at, you know what the board's saying. Well, let's take a look at see if there's some other way to meet some of those concerns.
There's just one detail here that maybe makes the rendering, and maybe you can correct me if it's wrong, but it looks
Yeah.
like these windows are,
Page 35?
yeah,
The
the
six,
windows.
the 6 over 6?
The number 2. the windows here on the second story seem higher than the ones in the back corner of the existing house.
Right,
So there's a visual, maybe it's an illusion, or, I don't know, but that's part of what's making it look taller than the existing. Because the
Well,
second
yeah.
story windows are higher.
right. We didn't want to copy that detailing. That's one of the kind of characteristic features of this original structure, was the way that these corner overhangs come down and wrap the building. And that really creates the difference between these very small window units in the bedrooms and the larger 12/2s in the gable faces. So that was one of the things we were looking at in terms of the window types and trying to minimize the window types being used in the new building.
I think that the intent, I think stylistically, it's not averse, but I just think in scale, it makes the illusion of being, larger in scale. So
Mhm.
maybe there's a way of adjusting that. I don't disagree with the party, but I think the scale is.
The other thing that may help us,
It has more to do with E-line.
the dormer that's on the addition,
I'm sorry?
what's the dormer on the addition, the third floor dormer too? Or is that just a design detail to match the original house?
It's a detail.
I think that may be one thing that's throwing it too, because it pulls your eye up and adds another visual weight to the top of the house.
Do you understand that?
Mhm.
Which, okay.
Do you?
No, I don't. That's why I wanted to know if you understand. As the architect, it's much
Yes.
more important that you understand it.
I can do one of these. I can do one of these. I'm talking about
If you put
that.
your finger
Yeah.
on it,
No, I agree,
Yeah.
that makes it.
Yeah,
one's-
I see.
Because it feels like a design
Like a
detail
silo.
that's
Yeah,
designed
is
to
it gonna
match the
look-
original. And it
Yes,
also
but-
visually
don't know.
takes your eye up, and it's.
I
It's a
don't know.
different window
I think it'll
pattern,
look
though.
more
The original
monolithic
dormers
without
had the
it.
Without it,
queen-anne
you think
windows.
you think it
I
may
don't
break it
know.
up?
I don't know.
So the thought would be
Agree.
to,
Yeah, right?
Mark, the thought would be to, this is extremely helpful for me, the thought would be, in terms of remedying that concern, would be to.
Well, I'm saying that's to look at it and see what you think, because Kathy feels like it may look monolithic without it, without that roof being broken up.
We
Well,
tried to
you've heard the,
differentiate
what do you want to
it
do? You've
by
heard the
using a different
concerns. Do you want
glazing
to, what do you
style.
want to do?
I'm sorry?
I'm asking you, you sort of hear the concerns.
Yeah, we understand what you're saying. We'll take a look at everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
all right. Are there any comments from the public? Okay. So do you want to come back and
Yeah.
talk to us again next meeting and
Yeah, we heard what you said.
move forward?
It was
You hear what we
helpful.
say,
Thank you.
okay. All right. So with that, I'm going to, motion to accept the applicant's request for an adjournment to April 27th for 303 First Sec Lane. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, make sure I don't file away all my paperwork. Okay, so we have no new matters historic, so that takes us to non-historic. Carryover, the first is 84 Corrigan Street. Okay, if you start by introducing yourself.
Okay, good evening. My name is Bob O'Shea. I'm the architect for this project. I'd like to start with a little synopsis of what occurred at the last meeting. The board had concerns about a few items, those being the roof of the front porch appearing heavy, columns being somewhat undersized, shed dormers on both sides of the house having a somewhat awkward appearance, roof cutouts on the second floor, for the second floor windows on the rear of the house seemed unnecessary. Some fenestration needed to be added to the left side of the house, and the board also seemed a little uncomfortable with a concealed balcony that we had been proposing on the front of the house. We took a hard look at the plans and took all of this into consideration, and that guided us with the plans I'm going to be showing you this evening. If I could just jump right to the front rendering showing the changes. I have the originals here as well for comparison if necessary. We eliminated the side portions of the front porch, leaving just the portion outside the entrance to the house. This also allowed me to pull the porch back about 5 feet closer to the house. That in turn allowed the roof to slope up and meet the front wall of the house just under the window level, which eliminated the necessity of having that hidden balcony to keep the windows functional. So we did that as well, eliminated the front balcony. The columns were also changed from a 10-inch slender column, full height, to 12-inch diameter columns on a 16-inch square base for a much more substantial appearance. Excuse me. This rendering of the rear of the house shows a few things, including the elimination of the shed dormers on the sides of the house. Also, we redesigned this rear porch into 3 sections, which allowed me to eliminate the window cutouts for windows that had been on the 2 gables that you see. We added some fenestration to the north-left side of the house, which resulted in a better balance in the design presented. In addition, we heard some concerns from a neighboring property owner, and regarding some privacy issues back toward the detached garage. So we eliminated some driveway area, and which gave us the ability to plant some tall evergreens in that portion of the property in an effort to satisfy some of the concerns of the neighbor to the north.
May I just interrupt? Are we looking at the same renderings you are? It seems that we're looking at something slightly different.
No, that is,
Print it out.
that's the same rendering.
Oh,
It just looks a different color.
it's the color, I guess. Okay, never mind, sorry. I just wanted to check.
Okay.
It's much lighter on the screen than it is in the,
Yeah.
It looks better on the screen.
Yeah.
If I can show you, I'm sorry I don't have a printed copy with me, but we have a house that's just completed on Hildreth, which will show you the exact materials. You can see the exact color combinations that will be present on this
Are they
house.
common ones in the village?
I'm sorry?
Are they commonly used in the village?
Yeah, it's a white cedar with a bleaching oil and for the siding, and the roof is a natural red cedar.
and the trim color
Is white. I can show you.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry, I don't have this
We're used to
available
it.
we can figure that out.
to show you,
Okay.
but I can hand this up to you if you'd like to see a true representation of those materials.
Why not? Thank you.
Where's Johnny?
Can't really compare this. It's really hard to compare the last rendering because you had a hedge in front of the house. This one,
That's the rear.
that's,
This one is just up a little closer to that hedge that is surrounding the pool fence and asking for pool fence. As I said, I have the renderings we presented at the last meeting.
yeah, that's what I'm looking at, the ones from the last meeting.
Okay.
This is
The one I'm just pulling up now is the front that we had presented with
Oh,
the
this
porch
is a
going all the way
different
across.
It's just the finish.
Yeah, this is a different house we're looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, yes, no, I'm sorry. That photograph I was showing was just to
Yeah.
give you a better feel for the materials.
Is it natural cedar wood or?
It is. It's the siding material is a white cedar, which is treated with this bleaching oil to give it that gray tone, and the roof is a natural red cedar product.
I'm partial to the original columns, just to,
I'm sorry?
the original, I'm not
I would agree.
I don't really understand the structural point of the columns
Box
having the
with the-
squares at the bottom.
Well, that shortened the length of the column, giving them a little more heft, so they didn't look undersized for the roof that it was supporting.
But if they were working structurally, I don't see the point of having the extra box.
And the roof changed.
Yeah, the roof
The
changed.
roof changed. It's a much smaller roof now. So-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
You know,
agree, the
because
original
he's got it
columns
Right.
were more attractive than this column on the pedestal.
Okay, that's,
Your front door, which is correct, the front door of the drawings, for the windows, the rendering of the drawings for the front door in terms of the window and configurations, they seem different on the line drawing than they do on the renders.
please refer to the line drawing. The line drawings, I apologize, do show a taller glass portion of the door.
Yeah.
And the rendering shows like a half and half split. I don't feel terribly strong about either one of them, so if the board has a preference, I'm happy to go in that direction.
Okay, other comments? From my perspective, from where we started, where there were the
Bump outs.
the bump outs and there were the odd roof lines going down the south elevation, I think that's cleaned up. I think that looks good. I agree with Nina's comment that I think the box detail with the columns is not necessary. And the rendering's sort of hard to tell, but the columns don't look like they land at the same place on the overhang. Because one looks very far
Yeah.
forward and one doesn't, so that may just be of the rendering, but that's something that should be looked at. I think in cleaning up the detail, it looks a little bit better, or more appropriate for that neighborhood. The fenestration changes that you've made are a lot more harmonious to the neighborhood and the house. The reworking of, is there an inset balcony still in behind that roof?
There is.
Oh, there is?
On the rear,
On the
rear
rear.
of the house, there is.
Oh, in the rear.
It's, the front was eliminated completely. The one on the rear is tucked between the two gables and projects just 4 feet from that wall.
So it's the width between the gables and 4 feet of depth,
That's correct.
so it's small
Yeah,
and protected.
4 feet.
Yeah, so it's narrow and protected.
Yeah, so there's no, there's no gatherings gonna be taking
No
place.
parties up there? We used to
No.
call them party decks.
Not 4 feet.
No, we would say, is that
Yes.
a party deck?
Yeah. Any
It
other
could be.
comments?
I actually liked the full front porch covering. It just seemed more typical than just having this right now where you're just covering the front door. I actually prefer the original front porch where it went.
You think the front porch would be more harmonious to the neighborhood?
I just think, yeah. Right now, it just looks a little disjointed to me, but,
I like the way that
You
less.
like it now or then?
Now.
Me too.
okay.
I thought it.
Oh, it's funny, because I sort of had the same feeling for a minute, but
It makes it heavy, doesn't it?
but the way where the flare is above the flare is above the first floor with the smaller roof, I think gives it a different kind of personality that feels harmonious and
Yeah.
especially within that neighborhood. I think the cleaning up and the board and batten in the gables and losing the diamond patterning and then all the other heavier detail, I think softens the house and makes it a little bit better. I think the only thing I'm hearing from the board is redoing the column detail.
So, is there anything stopping you from making the columns a little bit more substantial if that was your consideration?
I did this again in response to some of the comments that were made by the board. I
Well,
think.
what do you think
if-
would be good?
If I simply took, as I said, I increased from a 10 to a 12
Oh, you
and
did.
added the base. If I just simply went with a 12-inch column
Maybe
and
that'd be-
eliminated that square base,
Now we're
that
talking.
would be fine.
Okay.
You good with that?
Nina?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Did I ask, are there any comments from the public?
Oh.
Quiet public time. All right, so with that then, first of all, thank you. We've come a long way since where we started this project. This is another one, which we appreciate. Then what I'm going to do is motion to approve the application for 84 Corrigan Street from drawings presented on April the 13th with the stipulation the columns be 12-inch to the ground and the boxes be removed. And then if you could just make that change and bring it in.
Sure.
Okay. Is there a second? Oh, and I'm sorry, and the doors, take that away for a second. I think the door should, the rendering in the door rendering seems more appropriate to me than the
Yeah.
heavier glass. Okay.
Yeah.
So also so we'll start over. Motion to approve the application for 84 Corrigan Street from drawings presented on April 11 with the stipulation that the front boxes be removed and the columns go to the ground, and the drawings be redone to reflect that the line drawings match the scale and size of the glass and the front door and side lights in the rendering.
Wow.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. So if you would just make those changes and bring them in, and then I'll look at them and then I can sign it.
I will. Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Okay, so that takes us to 30 Little Plains Road.
No. Yes. Do you know why? No.
Good evening. If you'll introduce yourself.
Good evening. This is Julio, architect for 30 Little Plain.
Okay.
So, we were here 2 weeks ago, and
3
the
weeks ago.
board made a lot of good suggestions, and we tried to address each one of them. I hope I covered everything. So, the first is the front porch, the covered porch. We had a little shed roof, and we did provide a rendering in the end, and it does look better if it is a flat roof with a railing rather than the shed roof, because it fights with the two bay windows. The front door, last time the drawing was not clear which part is glass, which is not, and we provided, the rendering is not exactly tied down, but I did put the little lines on the glass so you can see. You can see little lines. Ooh. Oh, here, yeah, this one shows. And that's a new one. So that's the front of the house. And the rear of the house, we have this return, which is not necessary. It's removed. And then the lights, we removed one window here in the breakfast area. And in the back facing the neighbor, we have two more windows there. We removed that as well. Here and here, we removed it to reduce the amount of light. And the doors, we really still prefer to have the doors. They are 12-foot doors, not like really long, and it's under the porch. So we would like to keep it. And then the column, we tried to be consistent front and back, because last time we were not consistent. The first floor, the front, and the second floor, they're not not very consistent. So we made it consistent. And then another comment the board made is the door looks more commercial than residential because we have all the grids, so we put the grids back on, and it does look a lot better. And another concern the board has is the balcony on the second floor. And that, we reduced it. It was 7/8 by 19, and now it is 6/6 by 15, and it is under a roof like this. And lastly, we did the landscape plan, and I also show the distance to the neighbors. This is the property, 30 Little Plain. Across the street is the town hall. To the south of the property here is a huge parking lot I think it's for the overflow from the town employee. And then we actually have one neighbor here, and of course the neighbors in the back. The distance, I marked it to this house, and the shortest will be at this corner. That was 55 8 inches. And then to the others, it's like 74, 83, and to the back is 110. So I think I covered everything.
So at the back of the property, there's a house behind there. I didn't want to.
Yes, there is a house here, and they have a really tall garage right here blocking the view. It's almost like a 2-story high, that garage. It's a big and broad.
Oh, yeah, there's some weird
It's that
stuff
historic-
back there.
The house behind this is that historic house we worked on for a long time. That redesign that has the big garage across the back. It's a really beautiful house, yeah. But the garage is at the back of the property. It was a barn. It was a barn conversion.
There's a huge
On Lewis
garage
Street.
right here.
Oh, on
Yeah.
Lewis Street. Oh.
Yeah,
That's what's behind there?
yeah. It's back behind.
Wow, that looks good, actually,
Yeah.
finally.
That looks beautiful.
So that deck in the back is pretty big.
It's
I
off
hear-
the master. It's 6'6".
Yeah, who's doing that in a tight
6'6"
space?
deep.
Yeah, I think that's a no.
Really? I don't think so. Why do you, I feel like the neighborliness of this and that the noise, light, just doesn't seem right to me.
We did do a planting plan. Gonna.
I hear you,
plant-
but I'm still 16 by 6, is that correct?
6.5 by 16 too. I'm
That's,
opposed to that.
and the house
entirely.
isn't even that big.
Yeah. And in a tiny little plot.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't think, you see a lot of those in that area? Certainly not from from a funeral home, but okay, that's gonna be gone. I'm not big on the balcony, and I don't see the need, especially since I could see the back with the doors. There's a huge amount of light back there that you're showing.
I think there's still too many doors
Me
on
too.
the lower
Can't
level, yes.
Get red on either side?
On
Is
either
that what
side,
you're
yeah.
thinking?
There's
I
1,
thought
2,
that
3,
too.
4, 5, 6, is it 7? 7 doors along the,
There's 2 sets of sliders.
but how many?
There's
The
8.
12 feet
So
each.
could there be 3 and 3? Is that what you're thinking?
So
Well,
it's,
it could be 3, it could be 4. The question is the overall, you've got 2 gangs, each one of them is 12 feet wide.
yeah, each one.
And each 12-foot gang has 4 panels, 2 of which slide in the center.
So it's a 3 feet per 3 feet per panel.
That's,
Yeah.
but that takes the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole back of the house is glass on the first floor.
And then you've got the
Right.
16 and
And
a
then we
half
have
by,
driveway up the wazoo.
yeah.
Long
So
driveway.
something, I just think it's It's not in keeping with the,
I think you don't, I
Spaces.
think you don't have support for 24
Yeah.
feet of windows across the
Yeah.
back of the house, is what I'm hearing. And the question that I would have, the windows all the way around the house on the second story that interrupt the trim detail, they go up into the trim
Yeah, what
detail.
is-
Normally they hang from the trim detail, right?
Or below it.
Or below it. But I think interrupting, the way they interrupt the trim detail makes them look like they're too high.
yeah,
And also, it does not look that way over the, if I look at the front of the house to the north bay window, it does not look like that window operates the same way, but all the others do not appear to hang from the trim detail. They seem to interrupt the trim detail, which feels a little wonky or atypical of what we would normally see in the
what's the point?
village.
What is the point of that?
Yeah.
Is there a point?
It's an atypical window
Uh,
detail.
Trim detail.
You mean the window is?
The top of the,
So
you've got,
the
you got a
top-
trim board, and then the top of your
it's
window's going
in
up
there.
into it. Normally they hang from the trim board, not interrupt the trim board.
I kind of like it, that's why.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, we don't.
It feels atypical to what we normally see, and I don't really feel like it's,
It doesn't help.
Okay.
and also it adds it almost looks like,
Uh,
honestly, it looks like a mistake versus
Yeah,
what we would
because
normally
it's-
see in the village.
Traditional style house.
Yeah.
Traditional.
okay,
And it'll
okay,
bring the windows down a
okay.
little bit lower because they feel high. They feel almost like a 50s split ranch. Because those windows used to be smaller and higher. That if you brought it down a little bit, I think it would also help with the balance of the second story windows.
Oh,
Okay.
Balance of the second story altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need a little breathing space all around. And the front facade is quite visible from the street, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, the entry, the balcony railing is purely decorative?
Purely decorative. And it's short too, it's like 2 foot short. And there's, on top of it is just a window.
Is that a historic detail that you're referencing from somewhere in the neighborhood?
I could if I, right now it's just picket fence. It's like a picket, like just regular balustrade. But we can make it,
Honestly, I honestly think, for me, it feels like if you took 2 feet depth off of that and made it equal to the depth of the curtain wall, you'd have plenty of coverage. Lose the railing across the top,
Yeah.
because it just feels heavy, and it's sort of not.
Yeah, I
So-
think those 2 bay windows are really pretty. They're
Yeah.
symmetrical. I don't think you need such a huge entrance.
you're saying to remove the railings.
And pull
Yeah,
it
and
back.
to bring
And
it
pull it
back.
back.
the whole
And pull
thing.
it back towards the
Because
house.
the bay windows are so pretty. You don't need that huge entry
You're
popping out.
stepping on them, kinda.
The rendering might be a little deceiving. The porch is not much forward.
I think the point that it is forward.
Let me
I
see.
think that's.
I don't think the porch goes with the house.
The porch is 1 foot from the front bump out.
So what's the point?
It's more
So-
than that because your column
If-
column trim detail's about a foot, isn't it? And then you've got space behind that for the wall, so it's got to be a little deeper than that.
If I push it back, I only get to do 1 column. I try to do 2 columns, so I pull it out a foot.
If you push it back to the house, 1 column may actually work,
Okay.
and then lose the railing, and then it just because it would simplify it, and I think look a little more honest, a little more typical, a little harmonious to the rest of the house. Because we're almost there. I think the bracket detail that you've done for the side door works.
Yep.
I think the access to the basement works well. Clearly the balcony needs to come down in size and scale or go away altogether on the second floor in the rear, and the 24 feet of sliders feel like they need to come in a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. Is that-
Yep,
Yes.
covers it.
Agreed.
Okay, are there any comments from the public?
Yes?
Great. If you'd introduce yourself, please.
someone on mute maybe? Or?
No, it just takes a while sometimes.
Are you there?
I've never
Hello?
understood
Are you
it.
coming in?
It just, I don't know where. Oh, sorry.
Hey there, folks. So this is Jeff Broadlead at 166 Halsey Street. And the board barely needs my comments because I concur with all of them. But I did want to, but since you referenced the house behind, which I think, Mark, was 39 Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel that I can opine a little bit. But my first reaction to the design was the second floor windows, which, as you said, look like a mistake, but they present very commercially. And given the house that was there before, it's a shame to have something that was so traditional looking be replaced with something that looks so commercial. So I think a more traditional fenestration on the second floor would present to the street much more, would be more palatable. And I agree with the board's view on the lighting to the rear. It's just incongruous with that neighborhood. And although the neighbor isn't on the panel to object to it, I think in the keeping of what the board traditionally does, there's at least over 50% of windows on the back side. So it's a long way of saying I concur with the board, and thanks for your input.
Thank you.
Thank
Jeff.
you.
Anybody else? So, 2 weeks?
So the summary would be the balcony,
Yes.
the glass door,
Reduce the glass, the front porch.
the front porch.
The 24 feet of glass across the back, bring that down. Look at your fenestration pattern on the second floor, both in size and how they interact with the trim board at the top, the frieze board, and is that it?
Yeah, pull back the
And
entry,
you-
side
and-
windows,
yeah, and if-
too tall, yeah.
Yeah,
And you can, and this tape will be up. You can go back and look at the tape too if we've forgotten anything.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
Okay.
So can you be ready in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay. Motion to accept the applicant's request for adjournment to April 27th for 30 Little Plains Road. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, so that takes us to 315 Downs Path. Could you start by introducing yourself for the record, please?
Hi, Mike Hill, architect representing 315 Downs Path.
Okay.
I'm just going to, I want to stay as an attendee, panelist. Okay. You should have a few, once again, you should have a few documents. I'd like to start with the stapled package that says 315 Downs Path ARB
Okay.
revisions.
Great.
Okay. So the board had a lot of constructive comments last session, and I met with my client, and we took a deeper look at the design, and I think what the revised version that we're going to show you tonight, I think, is a significant improvement. But if you go to page 2, I'd like to just provide a little bit of context quickly on the property itself. I was unable to get these in the last session. So this, what you're seeing here is an overlay of the proposed house footprint on the existing site. And as you can see, to the north and the south, the house is positioned more or less in line with the neighboring properties, the north and the south. On the front of the property, you'll see
Sorry,
that
what's your setback from the street?
the closest.
No, the required setback.
Oh, max 120,
Okay.
minimum 90.
Okay, thank you.
Right. So just for a point of reference, the south gable is around 113.
Okay.
Currently. So at the front of the property, you can see, as you may recall from the last session, we were proposing a center driveway, and it's positioned, as you can see here, the neighboring across the street, the neighbors, 302 to the north, is essentially that entrance occurs right around the property line between 302 and to the south of 302 is a municipal drainage property without any opportunity for development. And then on the rear of the property, you could see the home. I mean, primarily we're showing this because predominantly that house is facing at a 45-degree angle and is not really staring directly at the home. So if you go to the next few pages are really just some site photos. So page 3 is the front, and as mentioned before, we're planning to preserve all existing privet around the home, all of the trees along the front, many of the mature trees around the property. So
You're talking about the trees that are in proud of the privet along the road?
Well, those
are village trees.
Those are village trees, yes.
Okay.
But as we move around the property, there's some existing mature trees there. But as you can see, the front of the property, we have essentially 3 layers already. You have the village trees, you have the privet, and then we have evergreen and some additional trees just beyond that we plan to preserve. Page 4, this is on the north of the property. Just essentially showing the density of the privet.
Yep.
Page 5, similar thing.
Yep.
And then on the rear, it's the rear of the property, which is page 6. There's also some taller trees there, 25 feet plus, in addition to the privet. So all that is to say, if you jumping to page 7, the plan is to preserve that perimeter. And then my client has pledged to put at least $500,000 worth of landscaping into this property to really embellish on what's already there. So we are planning. We did talk it over a bit further, and the entry. He'd still like to keep the central alley entry, but we are proposing a gate. We don't have the gate. We would have to come back and propose that and the specifics of that design. But just a quick overview here: the alley to the parking, central entry. You can see to the north of the property, there's a courtyard that's indented into. I can't really. Sorry. Just here.
Yep.
It's sort of recessed into the side of the property. And that would have a basement walkout. Okay. All right. So page 8. I'm showing this page for 2 reasons. There's this for one, to show that there's quite a mix on Downs Path and Wickapog in terms of style, but also to show some recent houses that were a bit more modern that had large expanses of glass. The one on the top middle is about 3 doors down on Downs Path, and as you can see, that's essentially a large modern glass box. To bottom left, large pieces of glass that you can actually see through the building pretty easily. Okay, so now getting to the specifics of the design of the home. So. Yep. To summarize the comments that you had first round, one was a bit, just overall it was a bit, some of the features were maybe a bit heavy, and it was a little bit, a bit aggressive and scary. A little bit more specific. Susan said scary.
I did. I
that's all right. It forced us to take a second look at it.
I didn't think it was welcoming, I guess.
Right, and that's what we want. So the specifics of those, the other comments are these, what we were calling bay balconies, were a bit heavy, a bit contrived. The entry also to mimic those with the additional ins and outs was maybe a little too heavy and too much. The chimneys peeking over and sort of spying on you were a bit.
Breathing fire was how I looked at
Okay.
it. Sorry.
No, understood. Those there was some issue with the just proportion there. It was strange in their position where there's just a little bit that's peeking over. It didn't feel intentional.
There's a Gaudi reference there somewhere, but go ahead.
I love Gaudi.
And on the front, lastly, the sort of vertical slot windows were a little too much as well. On the rear, same thing with the balconies, and then the center glass box. The concern there was, the feeling of being able to see straight through, maybe too much glass there, and that the chimneys in this from the rear were just too tall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now to page 11. Now page 11 is really just showing a view right once that driveway gate opens. So you can see we're really planning to create this beautiful, lush arrival and alley experience that leads you to the house. And then page
just before you go on, what's your proposed width of that driveway? Because it looks like a 2-lane highway. What's in the rendering?
I think it's actually 14 feet.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's photography for you.
Like,
That's
okay.
what that is.
No, it is.
Okay.
Maybe there's something with the perspective. I think when you do the straight on views, maybe it just.
Okay, yeah, but I was like, oh, cars can pass in the driveway. Okay.
Okay, so getting to the revised front of the house, page 12.
Wow.
So in this version, as you can see, we've removed the what we call the bay balconies and the additional screening layers. We removed the bottom layer of the entry as well. We still really love this idea of the detail of the angled returns, larger on the gables, and then smaller versions of that on the actual window returns. And then as you can see, the windows, instead of the single slot up to a dormer, is now a window with a dormer above, and no visible chimneys from the front. Now, continuing on. Oh, just as I mentioned this before, but the plan is Alaskan yellow cedar planks and a rain screen installation as for the siding, Alaskan yellow cedar shingles, no visible leaders or gutters that will all be integrated. And then we've also lightened up the trim material because we also felt that added to its sort of aggressive quality. And by lightening it up, it just felt like it softened it a bit. Okay. Now to page 15. So we've removed the screening of those bay balconies. First, to start on the flanking gables, we've removed that screening and that sort of roof bay balcony detail, but have kept a balcony on each one of those. The total for that balcony is only about 5 feet deep, and then the reason, as you can imagine, the reason that I was showing the site and the landscaping and the views was that the client was really would like me to represent this with keeping that predominantly glass in the center, and by lowering the chimneys and the amount of landscaping that's being proposed. Especially from the front of the house, you would essentially have to stop, right at the front to really get, to get that view. But from any neighbor's perspective, we don't feel that you would really see this at all. And there is a drawing set, but maybe we start here again. if you'd like.
Do we need that?
Are you at all concerned about reflective heat and a massive amount of hardscape?
I'm sorry?
Are you all
Oh,
concerned
this-
about the
This
reflective heat
actually,
and the massive
this
amount
actually
of
here is wood.
hardscape?
This is
It's
being,
wood?
this is being changed to wood all in this section. It, on the landscape plan there, it was,
So it's like decking? It's in a
Yeah, it-
contemporary way?
yes, and it's like
How
flush.
many feet are we going out here?
I'm sorry?
Pretty far.
So take me to page 17.
Right, I'm on 16. Okay.
Take you to 17?
Yeah, go to page 17.
I see what you're talking about.
So what if that's, and by the way, as someone who used to have an E-Pay deck, they're not cool.
I'm sorry?
Oh, I had an E-Pay deck once. They retain a lot of heat.
Oh, I understand.
So what if this is wood?
Oh, okay, I understand. This
Yes,
extension
I
is
just
too
a
much.
comment,
Yeah,
not right or wrong, that's a massive
everything
amount of
that's- Everything
hardscape.
that has dropped in here. So everything that is stepped down in the center there, where that's anchored by these trees, is a blend of I'm sorry, of landscaping and wood. It's just maybe hard to see with the amount of sunlight here.
And
But the upper level, you're correct,
The amount of
that
sunlight made
everything
the
is
point here.
patio,
Yeah,
is stone
Wow.
paver.
okay.
And could you just expand on, because it's big, right? How big is this? I'm just asking, because it seems, you know, I think what you did to the house is good, but now it seems more, almost corporate, that's not the right term, strident. They have so much wood, what is that for? Aren't we out here? On 17, there's 4 chairs, right? And around.
Oh, it's too much patio is what you're saying,
I
and
do
not
think,
enough.
I think that could be a consideration. I mean, it comes straight out, I actually think it sort of
hardscape.
dwarfs
I
the-
understand that.
the house almost, in a funny way, and the
Right.
house is pretty spectacular. But once you put it on a pad, I think it takes away from that.
I
But,
think that's a really good point.
If you look at the size, those
yeah,
those chairs are large chairs.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
what
I know,
You're
I know
right.
those chairs.
right, me too.
But they look Lilliputian compared to
what I
the
thought
size of the
was coming.
massive hardscape they're sitting on.
Unless you
That's
wanted
just,
to
that's just,
have
I
dances.
wouldn't ding you for it, but I mean, that's just a comment as someone trying to live in that house.
Well-
You'd have your feet would kill you getting. in
I
the
think
house.
you have
We're
a
onto
really good point
something.
here.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you compare that to the front of the house where it's
Yeah,
all,
Yeah.
That's like,
all
yeah, some
lines.
grass and some green stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
I don't know if I like the idea of wood.
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
that's not,
Well, that's only in a certain section. It's sort of like to break up to have a mix of materials instead of just all.
maybe you could think of something that's more permeable.
Right.
Could be like, plantings with grass and slate.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, yeah, so it's all slatted either mahogany or ipe or some sort of wood product that's in there.
do you know the dimensions of this?
Which in particular?
Where the 4 chairs are,
Right.
we're in the back,
The
right?
massive
Yeah, I
patio.
just want to pull up the.
So, I don't actually.
I think I
'cause
might have
think
actually
comes
shown it too far here.
right up to I think part of what's good about the house is its form, and I think it morphs more into I'm calling it the landing pad, which is not a good term, but if you
Helipad?
catch my drift, the hard
Yeah,
expanse of
yeah.
lightness, when I think this could be reconfigured in a way with a good landscape architect to have some of what these people are I don't
Right.
know what they want, but they don't want to walk around on the grass, I get it. But nobody does. But it's just too much up against this big light house, which I think is really improved, by the way.
Thank you.
But somehow I do think it's almost like,
Your stone paving is about the footprint of the house.
Right.
Is there a landscape architect?
There is, but it's
Look at
we've
the size
only
of the-
really gotten to the bigger picture around the property.
okay,
Well, since you've shown us a picture peeking out from the pergola or the I guess pergola's at the pool house.
Oh, where's that?
Where is the pool house?
So there's a, well, there,
No, the drawings of it, the renderings and drawings of it.
right.
Are you showing us the
there's
pool
a-
house?
They're both, there are two, actually. One is just a pergola. This is really a pergola as well, but calling it a pool house because there's a little bit of
storage in the inside of it. You can see a bit of it in the rendering.
Like on 14 or something?
Well, like I'm peeking out from
I
under it.
saw
One-
some,
yeah.
where the pool
But
is.
it's in the if we want to move to the drawing set.
This says rear from pool pergola, page
Yeah.
15.
Yes, so that's
But
just
since
showing,
it's-
that's
I
showing.
see.
So
Yeah.
that you're standing within
Can
the
you
one.
just
Yeah.
stay on the mic?
Oh,
I would like to see what it looks like.
So there are in the drawing set.
okay. Do you know what thing?
Well, let's see. A105.
Okay.
I don't have.
It's in the other packet.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's in the that one.
Okay. So it's got, all right.
So on the bottom
Yeah.
is the what we're calling the dining pergola, which is our simple post pergola structure. The drawing number 4 on that sheet above that is what we're calling the pool pergola. That
But
does
where-
have a small.
Do you have actual drawing detail of it?
I only have the elevations here.
Okay. Like what are the materials? Vertical wood plank finish
That's
to match the house.
The pool pergola is to match the house,
Okay.
and then the
Well, let's start with comments about the house.
Okay.
House and yard.
I already talked.
Okay. Nina, what do you think?
Well, I like the symmetry and the way you've broken up the massing and the rhythm and the detailing around the gutter and the materials. I agree with the comments that there's a lot of white terrace that's gonna be very bright and that could be maybe mineralized, maybe something more porous in the middle.
Okay.
Although I don't know, the middle part seems okay, but maybe consider paving and some grass, or some pebbles or something different than all the wood. And then I kind of wonder what it will look like without the cherry trees, but I'm looking at the elevations and,
Yeah,
Yeah.
out in the way.
the elevation drawings, I was just looking at. Whoops. What kind of glass is that, by the way?
I'm sorry?
The glass looks dark in the drawings. Is it treated glass?
No.
No.
No, it's not. I think it's just the sun reflection.
And you're gonna get a lot of morning sun, so I don't know if those are bedrooms, but, the chimney, the chimneys on either end work. I just wonder about the chimneys that are so low on either side of that middle, portion. Whether they could be the same height as the other chimneys? Because it almost looks like little ears or something.
We did try. We tried that, but they felt just way too dominant.
Huh.
And that's actually how we had them before when they started to peek over the front.
Right.
Because they're positioned far, or, a bit back from the front of the house. They're,
I wonder whether that much east-facing glass, if it was facing south, it would make sense for solar passive, but east-facing means that half of that glass is gonna be in darkness in the afternoon. So energy efficient wise, I wonder if it's a bit too much east-facing glass and it looks a little bit aggressive, a little bit heavy still. It's interesting, I mean, sort of processing, I feel like the gable partie is classic, and there's another house that is modern and does this gable partie the way you've done it with the modern detailing and hiding the gutters. And it's sort of interesting that you haven't chosen to do that gable partie in the middle, and you've chosen to use this more rectangular square language in the middle. It's two different languages, and I'm just trying to.
Which part in particular, are we
I'm
at the
looking-
front?
Sorry, I'm looking at A200 at the elevations, where there's no trees really hiding
Okay.
the composition of the materials for the elevations.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
But
Well, I would say that we feel like the language does, if you're speaking about the gables and then the center entry.
yeah, it's an interesting contrast.
I think it's a little easy, sorry, just to look at the rendering. So, I mean, one of our goals here was to really just not have this kind of repetitive gable, which is kind of seen quite often. And we felt that this really, a little bit more dramatically kind of welcomed you in, and it's less of a. I think with the with the detailing on the gables that then repeats itself just at the front entry, that was that ties it together for us.
Yeah, I think the front entry, the west elevation is, and in this rendering it all blends in harmoniously. Can you show a color of the paint around the windows?
Oh, I don't have a sample with me today. But
is it dark gray or light gray?
No, it's a lighter. It's like a lighter warm gray.
And it's an aluminum, or is it wood?
Well, some of this would be, it would be like a synthetic, a Burrell material that gets painted. That material.
And it'll blend in with the wood color the way it does there beautifully. Okay.
Yes, I mean we have a lot of samples and mock-ups to do, but that's the goal.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an important detail. I think my one comment would be that maybe there's a lot of glass facing east, and maybe reducing the glass would almost help soften the composition a little bit. But otherwise, reducing the size of the area of stone on the terraces at the back. Yeah, I think those are my comments.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with the hardscaping in the back. It just seems overpowering, and it does give it a little bit of a commercial look. Doesn't look so homey.
Right. I think as we were talking about that, I do think that there's a certain formal quality to this garden idea that's still under development, to be honest, that in the center. But I think that both of those gables don't require those large pads. I think we can do something much softer and sort of focus through the center.
It takes away from them, kind of.
I think it's hell to live there in the summer.
You're right, I have some of that problem too.
Yeah.
Hot footing around your pool. Because it's so, it's just so.
But I think it's a big improvement. The front is a huge improvement to what you started with.
Thank you.
So.
It's very cool.
Very cool. I mean, I don't know, I liked the house before, I like it now.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I loved the house, yeah.
Thank you very much.
So
I'm going to go with what a difference 3 weeks makes.
Yeah.
I think you listened. I think stripping off some of the things that were not necessary and bringing the house to look a little more honest is great. I don't know that you've done yourself a favor. Your renderings all seem to be about 2 feet off the ground. The perspective of your renderings is very low.
Right.
Because the large chimneys that flank the house, I think if you took it up a little bit, they're going to peak over the house and actually break it up a little bit in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you brought the perspective up a little bit when we see the peak at those two chimneys, and to Nina's point, take the ones that I think they just came out of nowhere in the last drawing, but now that the house is similar, you could take those chimneys back up a little bit in the
Yeah.
back and give them a little more height. It would help the functionality of the chimney, and I think that's probably fine. I agree with Nina that a little less glass across the back is fine, I think, but I think the house itself is kind of spectacular in its simplicity. What I think is hard to see in the rendering, but probably true, is the way that the center of the house, the roof line, is the angle of the roof line doesn't really show in the drawings. I think it probably looks even better in real life, or if it were a model, it would look even better. I still don't know that I'm on board with the center driveway, just because if I'm coming down the street, what I'm going to see, and especially is coming down, it still to me looks a little commercial from that aspect.
Okay.
And I think we've all made plenty of comments about the amount of hardscape in the backyard. And I would like to see a rendering of what those pavilion structures look like, because they are structures.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think the vast difference from where we are to where we are now. It was an interesting house before, and now it's really, in its simplicity, you're coming a long way. The front door is solid, correct?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Stained,
Yep.
stained wood. That would be a stained mahogany.
And then and you say all the gutters are integral?
Yes.
Wow, it's amazing.
And it's cedar wood, Mikey?
This is all Alaskan yellow cedar. Yes.
So it's all going to turn to one sort of gray color
Yes.
over time. All right, so those are all the comments for me. Are there any comments from the public? So I think the biggest comment you have is to take a look again at the amount of hardscape in the backyard, show us the renderings of what those structures look like, and think about the amount of glass you have across the back. If there's a way to bring that down slightly, because it seems like a lot.
I will say that I have. Every other option has looked heavy, or it looked like something is hovering over top, like any solid material integrated.
Well, you've heard the comments, so just I'm asking you to consider it.
Okay.
Okay. So you think am I the only one that now has an issue with the center driveway?
Mhm.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay. So there you go. So I think just those few comments to address, and we're almost there.
Okay.
Can you be ready for another version of this thing in 2 weeks?
100%.
Great.
All
So
right.
with that, I'm going to motion to accept the applicant's request for an adjournment for 315 Downs Path to April 27th. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Okay. So that brings us to new matters. I'm going to do one thing here. Is John Howard here for 218 Pond?
Yes.
Can you come up? I'm going to take that out of order, because that's just going to be quick for this gate. Because I feel like you sat to the meeting last time. Okay.
You have all the drawings, of course.
We do, if you just lay them down so the public can see them, please.
Sure.
Okay.
Is that the proper orientation?
Okay, if you just remind us of where we were and the changes that you made.
This is a gate application.
Right. That's right.
It's the first time I'm presenting
Oh,
it.
I'm sorry, okay.
Uh,
Last time we
Perry
had the
Guillot,
house.
landscape architect.
Yep.
It's a entry gate. There's an existing gate at this property, 218 Pond Lane. That's much further inside the property, but there's two large pillars closer to the street, albeit 65 feet away from the street. And we're proposing to place the entry gate at that location where the pillars are now. And you can see an image of the gate and the transparency calculation. And again, the gate is 60 feet from Pond Lane. It's a brick pillared, reclaimed brick, wood painted white.
Sorry.
And I have photographs showing the neighboring properties. There aren't too many. There's one directly across the street, the Sherrill property. And this address bought the house next door, and that's going to be a separate project. But there's just a very long hedge that goes down to Lake Agawam on the,
The pillars are 7'11", and the gate itself is,
be shown. That dimension?
6.5?
6.5?
Yes,
-ish?
6'6".
Yep. Yeah, it's the width of the pillar. Okay. And there's the call boxes on the column?
Yes.
Okay, it's a great house. Okay.
No lights, I mean, no,
lights and
no
you're not putting
lanterns.
no lettering, no street number, no anything on the pillars.
No, there's a little wood sign that has the address.
Okay. Keep the hardware store in business. Those little white signs.
It's required
Yeah.
by law to have some identifying number.
No, I'm just saying they're not
A
on the
little
pillars.
post with
Yeah,
a
I mean, so
218.
that an ambulance could.
Of course,
find you.
or a fire truck.
There's a reason for it.
Board members' comments.
Looks fine to me.
Do you have affidavits?
I'm sorry?
Do you have affidavits?
Yeah, I have everything.
Thank you. This was listed as a carryover. No, the actual affidavits. Great, thank you. No.
Okay.
Can you just fix this?
All right, any comments from the public? You have the affidavits and they're in order?
Yeah, it was
Almost.
mailed on the,
Okay. It's a carryover.
Yeah.
I'm crazy. All right. I may be crazy.
No, it says
Yeah.
carry over.
Today's the 13th.
Maybe it was misfiled.
little technical difficulty here, but we'll take care of it.
Thanks. Thought you were gonna steal it. All good, thank you.
Okay, any comments from the public? Okay, so with that, I'm going to motion to approve the application for the
Written
driveway gates.
decision.
Oh, no. That's
What?
right. It's a written decision because it's
Historic.
Oh, it's-
Is that right?
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
Historic.
motion to move to written decision to approve the application for gates at 218 Pond Lane based on drawings presented on April the 13th. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There you go. Thank you.
And Mark, thank you for letting me jump ahead.
Oh, you're welcome. You sat through a long meeting last time, so with the
Really
house,
is
so.
like the prettiest house in Southampton.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
That one?
Okay.
I actually don't think that way, so I don't know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so that takes us to
Corporate. 266.
new matters. The first was 266 North Sea Road. At 266 North Sea Road, do you have the affidavits, and are they in order?
Yes.
My name is Keith Considine, representing.
You have to go to the microphone.
Yeah.
Keith Considine, representing 266 North Sea Road,
Okay.
Corporate LLC.
Okay. You want to go ahead and take us through it?
Okay. For the west elevation, we are simply just adding a pediment. And also, per ADA requirements, we are redoing the front stoop and also adding, and you'll see it on the south elevation, we have to add a ramp and make it ADA accessible on the south elevation. On the south elevation, you can see we are adding about 288 square feet, right? And that was, Chris Talbot has already seen this, and there's an old ZBA approval from 2003, right? That's in the file. So when we bought the property, Chris is aware of that, right? And he's already given approval on that. The east elevation just shows the addition on the back, and then the same thing as the north elevation.
So are you changing are you reskinning the house, or are you?
Yes, we are taking.
Take us all the way around. What are you replacing? What color will it be? What are the materials?
We are taking the existing green shingles off that are mismatched.
I don't know, it's so cool, really.
It matches the old Donahue next door, and we're just replacing it with natural red cedar shakes.
Okay, and the windows?
To be replaced, but in kind, with the mullions.
And color?
White.
Okay, and the roof material?
Gray asphalt shingles.
Okay.
And properly installing the gutters so you don't see the gutter straps on the front.
Oh, those. Okay, board members.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Yeah. It's quite a revelation going back there, I must say.
You're fixing the parking lot in the back, I hope?
Yes, we have to do a few.
What is the age of that house, do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Such a weird scene over there.
Yeah, there's a. I think the last place it was a dentist.
Really?
Yeah, and there was a lot of little sinks in all the corners and stuff like that.
And you had the eye doctor next door?
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
But yeah, one of the big things for us was to keep these 2 trees in the back, right?
Yep.
Me and my partner wanted to keep those, and so we were restricted on how many spaces we could put in the back, so we had to put the one in the front there, right?
Okay.
Because we had to have that other space. But the one in the front is going to be, it's either going to be grass pavers, or I'm probably going to want to do like a nice cobblestone with the grass in between and stuff like that.
We're always big fans of grass pavers. They're hard to maintain in a commercial space, but we're also a big fan of them.
Well, it is a
All right.
commercial space.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I mean, given what's going on now.
Yeah.
let's not-
And all these stoops
Right.
and the ramp and everything's all going to be stone masonry.
Okay,
We're masons by trade, so we're going to.
Okay.
amazing.
Any comments from the public?
Let's be clear.
Okay, so I'm going to motion to approve the application for 266 North Street Road based on drawings presented on April the 13th. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Okay, that takes us to
Take it down
166 Hall Street. Do you have the affidavits and are they in order?
No, but I'm assuming Lisa has them?
What? Oh, she doesn't like to waste time. What's this one? Oh, 66, 166. Let's see.
All set.
Great.
Here's potato.
If you'll pull that microphone closer to you and introduce yourself.
Lisa Zaloga, architect for Jeff Broadleaf and Lyda Eli at 166 Halsey Street.
Okay.
This is an existing single-family ranch house with an existing 2-car garage. It is located actually on a flag lot on Halsey Street. So the house is not really visible from Halsey Street. Our goal is to turn the existing garage, the two doors that face, actually they face Halsey Street, and convert the existing garage into a studio and a little office and bedroom. And it's a 100 and something square foot addition that will just pop out and be another reverse gable or another gable that extends the house. All the materials will be the same. It's painted white. The shingles have a 14-inch exposure and it has asphalt shingles.
Are there skylights in the addition?
I'm sorry?
There's skylights on the
There
addition, or
are.
those existing?
No, those are new. She's an Letta's an artist, so we're trying to get some natural light in there.
Okay. Board members?
Seems minimal to me.
Yeah, also very straightforward.
Yeah.
I'm freaked out by the skylights.
Great.
Yes?
We don't normally approve
Yeah,
skylights.
I know.
Yeah.
Skylights?
Yeah, we never do. For boating.
Kind of deep in there.
Because
though.
then it gets to be everyone wants them, and it does interrupt the.
About
look of-
300 feet off of the
Well,
street.
I'm not, this is the other part of this. I personally think in this location, it would probably be okay. But I will see what other people say on the board. How's
Okay.
that?
Okay. It's
For
two
diplomacy.
skylights that are, 2'8" by 4 feet on a one-story structure.
Yeah.
I think that'd be serving the artist well.
Yes,
Yeah.
All right, you win.
yes.
Okay.
And now I've learned something, because I didn't know that.
You never,
Well, usually
never
those
noticed
are the
that?
ways, no, yeah.
People don't really ask for them anymore, I think,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Are there comments of the public? Okay, so I'm going to whoa,
Oh,
come in. I
wait.
can't imagine Jeff would let
Probably
that go
Jeff.
by.
Yeah, of course.
It's going through. Hold your tongue.
Don't talk.
Oh.
There you go. All right.
Don't fight
So
the
with that,
lawyers.
I'm going to motion to approve the application for 166
Oh, once
Halsey
you saw
Street
the-
based on drawings
the
presented on April the 13th. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
You too.
Okay, that brings us to 291 Hampton Road. Do you have the affidavits and are they in order?
Yes, it is.
Good evening, Nicholas Vera, architect for the applicant, or for the owner, 291 Hampton Road LLC. I know that we're starting a process tonight, and I was actually hoping to be here in 2 weeks instead of tonight. They put me on the agenda for tonight, so I'm here. I don't have my rendering done, it wasn't finished, and nor do I have my landscape plan
Well,
complete
we've
also.
taken jurisdiction tonight, which is good.
Yeah, okay. yeah.
Right.
Because you did the noticing, and we've taken jurisdiction
Yeah.
tonight, so we can come back in 2
Absolutely,
weeks.
yes,
but okay.
and we know
Okay.
that, so.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm actually glad I'm here because the presentation that was made, that John Bennett was involved in, this is a corner lot. Everybody knows this is on Hampton Street. This is a tough piece of property, and every time I come into the village from Southampton or Bridgehampton, and I drive by this house and I look at that one east elevation that we're putting the addition on, that's been a tough spot for me. So listening to the comments that the board made with that particular lot that John Bennett presented, and where we're proposing our addition, mostly on the north and the east side of the house, in my mind, I've taken the liberty now to pull the house in. I'm going to present that to this board at the next hearing, only because it looks like it's a little disjointed on that east elevation, if you look particularly at that east elevation, which I'm sure you focused in on, okay?
You might have. What is the, do you know the build year of this house?
No, I don't. I think somebody told me 1939, but I'm not sure. The attorney tried to do some homework on it, so.
There's like cement
Yeah.
and brick on the foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was,
there- yes,
Wow,
before it was
that was
Stony
quite
Brook.
the scene over
Before it
there.
was Stony Brook, it was a shelter. or,
Yeah, it was a shelter,
Yes.
as I recall. So
Yeah.
I just
And
want
is
to.
it being made back into a home now? Or is
Yes,
it- okay,
yes. So
okay.
just so you know, we're looking to maintain that structure as it is, okay? Front door, that front portico, of course, we're gonna replace the railing in likeness and kind. It doesn't meet code. So none of that's gonna really change. The fenestration on the front of that or the south side of the building is going to remain the same. I was just struggling with, I mean, if you look at, I don't know where I'm supposed to put this here. If you look at my little just sketch elevation rendering.
Yep.
Do we see
never
it?
know.
There we go. Okay, that's the original building right there, okay?
Yep.
This would be what our addition would look like, okay? And again, yes, exactly. Okay, we're stretching this a little too far.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to do, again, I listened, see? That's why I'm here.
But let
That's
me
why-
also tell you, I'm gonna.
Okay, so you don't have
better
to
look
tell,
at-
you
better
don't have
look
to
at
tell.
page You better look at page A301.
You-
Because
yeah.
are you raising the floor in this house?
No, we're not raising the floor.
Okay, because if you look at the fenestration detail of your drawing in A301.
Okay.
And look at the window to wall ratio, even forget your extension for just a
Right,
second.
okay.
The window's scale and size is so different than what they look like in that the rendering
Yeah,
looks
the
right.
rendering,
But
yeah.
your
The-
line drawing, they're like.
Is
in these-
incorrect.
Yes,
That is
there's little
correct.
Lilliputian windows.
Correct, yes.
Yeah,
That is correct. So,
I always
again,
wondered if you were tearing the house up and trying to raise it.
no,
too.
we're not doing
Okay.
that at all. We're just, the
Okay.
house is staying where it is, so we're trying to match everything in the license in
Okay.
kind. Heights. So what we're gonna propose now to do is, again, we're still gonna extend to the east a little bit. We wanna try to get the majority of that addition in the back of the house. I heard again from the comments that were made, we've almost doubled the size of this house, so I can easily scale it back. You know, hopefully it would be more of a 75% addition, as opposed to,
How
you
big is
know,
that lot?
Excuse
How
me?
big is that lot?
22,000 square feet.
Okay.
It's a good sized lot. It's a big
Yeah.
lot. And again, being at the setbacks, if you look at the site plan that was submitted,
Yeah.
you know, the setbacks, we're trying to make, so everything has to step back
Yeah.
because of the way the house is
Yeah.
positioned on the lot. So
Yeah, I get
I'm
it.
gonna ask this board to offer me an adjournment.
Okay.
Come back with a
Excellent.
little bit of a redesign, but again,
Okay.
I wanted you to know that we're maintaining the house
Okay,
as it is.
thank you.
Okay?
Great,
And then
thank
we're
you.
gonna, and then we're gonna go from there, and it's not gonna be so imposing on the Hampton.
Well, it'd be nice to
side.
see it, it'll be nice to see some
Little more
improvement on
scale
that corner, which is nice.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to motion to, I'm assuming there's no comments from the public? Okay, so I'm going to motion to accept the applicant's request for an adjournment to
Why not say?
April
27th, I think,
27th
yes.
for 291 Hampton Road. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Thank you for, and also thank you for coming in and explaining too. Thank you. All right, so that takes us to 10 Halsey Street. Brian.
I
Wow,
missed
in person.
What, did you miss us?
Yeah.
All
Hi,
right.
everyone.
Do
I'm
you have
Brian
the
Brady,
affidavit-
the
do you have-
architect
Wait a minute,
for-
do you have the affidavits and are they in order?
Yes.
Okay.
Didn't we already have this for a while ago?
Yes.
It's a new application, so.
Is it?
Okay. It's a revision application.
Oh, okay.
This is an
Technically.
amendment to a previously approved.
Right, right, okay. So it's about the porch, right?
Okay.
Okay, so to give you some context, this is the original house. This is the front of the house here, and this is the side of the house on this side here. Last summer, we had approved a renovation of this house, which turned it into this on the front and the side. The whole goal was to clean up the roof line, get rid of all the angles, and this was very well received last summer for the front of the house. The only thing we're changing now to this is we're going to reuse the existing windows, and the existing windows on the second floor are these square windows here. So now we are keeping the square windows and adding two more, and that's the change to that. On the rear of the house, we have, this is what was approved last year. We had some issues with this balcony at one point, and we cut it way back. It was an inset roof, but it did get approved. Now we're eliminating all of that. We're keeping what's there existing, so you can see it's reduced inside. in size, and we're converting the porch into a sunroom. So those are the two additions to the approved house from last summer.
Okay. Board members?
I don't have issue with that.
I don't either.
Can you keep that one picture there, of the back? The windows look so different on the top, but I guess it's just
In what was
the rendering.
it-
They're the same windows?
These are the same windows, yeah. They don't have shutters anymore, and what was approved, we were expanding it, and we were putting French doors in, going out to a balcony, but all of that is gone.
Okay.
We're going back to the original.
Okay. There wouldn't even be room for shutters now.
No. This is the rear of the house
So
existing.
those three windows
Oh,
in
okay,
that
okay,
scalar.
They're
okay.
the same windows.
Same,
yeah.
okay, got it.
Okay. Are there any comments from the public? Okay. Motion to accept the application for 10 Halsey Street for drawings presented on March 13th, April 13th. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Great, thank you.
Okay, so that takes us to 57 Old Town Road.
Gain access to the screen there.
Okay.
I have the affidavits.
Okay.
Can you actually, try to raise my hand here. I just wanted to try to get my, on the screen there.
I actually like it better. I like that one better with the changes.
The last one?
Mhm.
It's a
Yeah.
scale, except for one house.
Exactly.
Just trying to get this loaded
I
on.
know.
Does that help? Okay, that's good.
Okay,
Oh, there we go.
yesterday. I love the Beatles.
Oh. We can get rid of that, hopefully. Okay. So I just downloaded it.
Oh.
I wanted to present this drawing, a site plan. My name is John Himmelsbach. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep. Make that microphone your friend.
Hi.
You need to keep Sage happy. Okay.
All right. My name is John Himmelsbach. I'm the architect working for Maureen Williamson, who purchased this property. This project was before the board just over a year ago. We approved a different house for a different owner, different architect. So we came in, it had zoning approvals that we had to sort of respect and keep everything in keeping, but the house inevitably is much different than what was approved last year. It has a very similar footprint. The house is shorter from front to back, but it's also, I also pulled the house further away from Old Town Road, which is the primary road, this main street coming down. It's a corner lot on Bellows Lane and Old Town Road, and the owner charged me with doing more of a traditional house that would fit within the village styling. So I just wanted to point out that all these setbacks are the same as the pool location, the garage location, and the house location are all the same, except that I pulled the front of the house 12 feet back off of Old Town Road, which is it was 30 feet away, and it was essentially the side of the house in the original. There's a package in there that shows the prior approval of drawings versus the proposed. I don't know if you've had a chance to
Just
look
take
at
us to
this.
the proposed.
Okay, there was a set of drawings I included that were just line drawings. So I figured we would just go ahead and look at the site plan, but also maybe the screen, the rendering, so we could just go through what the current house is going to be proposed as. This is the front view, looking from Old Town Road, just as you come in. And then each shot is going closer. Now that's the corner, looking up Bellows Lane, and the pool house, the garage is in the back of the house. So the idea was that we wanted a house that had a front wraparound porch that followed the corner of the property, and also have a real formal entry, like a front entry, whereas the prior approval had the front entry really facing Bellows Lane. Just thought it was a better layout so that you come through the house and you experience the house front to back, and then you have a true backyard, like under the prior site plan. So this is a shot along Bellows Lane as you come up. So this would be where the curb cut was approved. Same place, same location, same driveway, everything's the same. That's the same, another view. And then this is as you go further down Bellows Lane, looking back at the house. That's the back of the house, so inevitably that'll be a hedge for more privacy, but it's just a drawing that's showing the house, the architecture. And then this is in the backyard, looking at the house and the pool. And then this view shows the garage, which is sort of looking like a pool house, but it's really just the same two-car garage is there, but has that little sitting area with the pergola. Some different views of that. So you can see the two-car garage, which the former approval didn't have I didn't see any drawings on file of what it was. I don't know how it got approved, but we just designed the garage to sort of fit the property.
And does it function as a garage or a pool?
Yeah,
house?
no, it's more of a garage. It's just a garage. But it has this look of, a sitting area at the head of the pool.
Well, wait a minute. When I open those doors, where do they go?
To the garage. It's like if the garage had one car in it and they want to keep their furniture and stuff, it would be the bay. It's just the side of the garage. Like you could see the garage.
But if you pull into the garage, you're gonna see all that.
Yeah, or you see a car.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting on the patio and I look at a car?
Yeah. If you have a nice car.
There are, I just saw the other
Okay.
thing.
All
Some
right.
people.
Okay.
It's just instead of just looking at the blank wall outside of a garage, they wanted to make it look like a better aesthetic from the back of the house looking across the pool. They can't have a pool house and a garage. They could just have the garage that was approved. But as I said, there was no drawings for the prior garage. And that's how you pull into the garage from the street.
Do you have a site plan?
Yeah, it's right here.
Don't you?
No, I don't actually.
It's right
That's what I
here.
was seeking. Thank you. So let's see what we're doing for the. Okay.
These are functioning shutters?
Yeah.
What are the color of the shutters? It's
It's
hard
like
to tell from the
it's
rendering.
it's basically a light seafoam green, like a.
I don't like, we're sick of all this.
What?
I kind of like, to me, the entire evening has been about white.
Mhm.
So I feel like somebody wants to have some fun with the shutters? Okay.
Okay. Board members.
I think it's a very charming, appropriate-looking house. I find the garage pool house thing a little odd, but, if they, I don't have like issue with it, I find it peculiar.
I find
but-
it peculiar, but yes.
I think I do remember the original proposal for this house, and we were concerned about the front door, and I think this is a much better,
It seemed like that, you
more
inevitably-
traditional in that neighborhood and all, yeah, it just
I
seems
think
to
it
really
fits
go,
in.
yeah. I
It
think-
wants to fit into the village,
Right.
contributing house, whereas when you always look at that, you know inevitably they're gonna be coming either from the garage into the back of the house or into the side, but if you're looking from the street, and especially on coming down Old Town, which is a much more distinguished street.
Yes,
in the
yes.
sense that you want to see a front of a house with a
Yeah.
wraparound porch.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a nice setting, and then also, it was way too close, it was 30 feet from the street.
Right.
Which
And
now it's
that's
42
that's a busy
feet.
street.
Yeah.
Charming.
And it's nestled in, it doesn't feel.
Yeah.
It's only a, 3,100 square foot house.
I
Oh,
think
pretty
it's
house.
charming. Like the
Okay.
bicycles and the Adirondack chair and the way.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a cat in the,
Proper
there's a
lifestyle.
cat in there too, if you,
Right.
I think
if you give me the screen back, I'll show you the cat.
the fact that shutters are operable matters.
Yeah.
Yes, because they're honest, which is great. I love the
Yeah.
color. And I
Yeah.
agree with
Yeah.
Susan. I agree with Susan. The color is good.
Gotta break out a little.
I actually think it's a vast improvement over the other. The only question I have is, I know this is weird, but on the door that's facing Old Town Road, is there a path to that door, or is that just
If I could give, how do you get the screen back to my phone? It's up there in the corner.
Because everyone's going to use the side door. There's a couple of
There you
houses
go.
like, there's a couple of
Okay.
houses like this one.
So if we look here, there's a path from, we're gonna have like a walkway that goes from the yard, but this driveway, as you pull up, you park to the
Yeah.
right, and you use the side, so there'll be one car here,
Yeah.
and if you're in the garage, the back garage, you gotta make your way to the,
Yep.
to the side.
Yeah,
I guess
let's see
my,
that
my,
side
que- my,
plan.
my question was on the site plan, though. There's not actually a walkway or anything to get you there. You go up to the door and walk around the porch.
Yeah,
So
probably
there's no
stepping
presen-
stones.
There's no real presentation to that door as a front door. Just a question.
Yeah. I think the, looking at the front, this sort of wraparound porch was the idea of
Yeah.
making it look like a village.
See where that, and it looks like there's a sidewalk or not to the
Yeah.
right of that Adirondack chair. That
Oh.
was just my question. I guess,
Well, there
There's
probably
not.
will be.
Yeah, put stepping stones.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll pull
No
one.
stone.
okay, just asking. Because all the rest, in that section, all the houses actually face the street across the street, which is nice. It's harmonious back and
Right,
forth.
Yeah.
right.
All right. Any comments from the public? Okay. I'm going to a motion to approve the application for 57 Old Town Road based on drawings presented on April 13th. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Great,
you.
thank you.
That was quick.
That takes us to 229 Potato Field Lane for a covered front porch.
Hi, I'm Colleen Santamaro.
You have to sit down and talk.
Hi, I'm Colleen Santamaro, but I have Laura Tuman, I believe, on the line.
Okay.
Who's going to be presenting from Hampton Innovation.
Great.
I have the affidavits in there in order.
Oh, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Laura Tuman on behalf of the owners of 229 Potato Field Lane.
Okay.
If I could share my screen. Would you like me to share my screen, or do you have,
If you can share your screen, that would be great.
sure. Okay, I don't think it's letting me. Here we go.
So, we'll see.
Okay, perfect. Let me share this. So this right here is just the front of the existing house. It was actually a modular home, so it's kind of boxy looking.
But
there's no
that's not actually how it looks right now.
Correct, yes. There is the base of the porch is actually there. That is correct.
So this is an asking forgiveness, not permission
We
of
actually received
application, or?
Sorry, we actually received a permit and then it was retracted. So that's how we demoed the front steps because we received the permit and then it was retracted, so we went.
Because it
ahead
hadn't
with-
come in front of the board.
What's that?
Because it hadn't become in front of the
Right,
board.
yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's why it wasn't
Right.
just proceed.
So where we are
Can you
right
just
now,
pull the mic in front
there's a
of you?
platform all the way across there, but okay.
Yes, correct. So this is kind of the existing without the proposed front porch. It's southerly facing, so it's quite bright. Sun beats down on it. There's no cover for anything, anyone walking the door, any packages, anything like that. And what I will do is let me share the rendering. Let's see.
Here.
And up. Here we go. And so here is the rendering. You all see that?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so this is what the proposed front facade will look like. It is just, it's about 6 feet off the house, 45 feet long. We did receive a variance from the ZBA for this before coming to your board as well. I think it adds a nice architectural feature. It was quite plain and boring. It's just a kind of a common amenity, and I believe it adds a little bit more of aesthetically pleasing look to the house from the street.
Take us through materials.
Yes, so if there'll be a wood ceiling underneath. It is a standing seam metal roof as proposed.
What color?
Gray,
What?
Yeah.
light gray,
Okay.
Like a gunmetal gray?
correct.
Okay. I know this is a picky question, but if you're proposing 1 foot or 2 foot seams, because the seams look kind of more narrow than we normally see, and,
I believe it's standard 1 foot.
okay. And the columns?
And the columns are, let me zoom out for you, I believe they are AZAC,
And they're painted white?
correct. I'm gonna scoot down,
Okay.
there you go. Put it this way. So here's kind of some more of the detail on the, it shows you the flashing, the standing seam metal roof, the proposed wood ceiling, the wood decking,
Okay.
and painted fascia.
The roof seems too high and too close to the upper window and way above the front door. I don't know if that's just the rendering, but it just looks a little out of scale there. It looks like the porch
may just
should
be
be
the
coming
rendering.
down a little bit.
Okay.
You've got a point. So in the rendering not to scale,
You know, it just seems like it's almost in the window. and then
I would have 3 comments about it. First of all, I think putting a porch on the front of the house is great. I think it's going to improve the look of the house. I think this one's a little too tall.
and to
And I think the pitch is too narrow, because there's a couple of pitches here. There's a pitch of a roof that's over the dormer. There's a pitch of the roof that's over the center of the house, and this is a different pitch. So I think if you brought it down, if you made the pitch a little steeper and brought the columns down in height, because they feel too tall. And if you look like across the street and a couple of other houses in the block that have similar roof structures, I think it would look more harmonious to the neighborhood and a little more traditional in its scale to what is, though a transitional house, it has sort of traditional markings to it. And on the columns, I don't think the 6 columns work, because it's forcing you to put columns in front of
Or
windows.
Yeah.
So I think if you think about, rethink about the columns, and they look a little thin. If they could be a little fewer of them and a little heftier and bring the pitch of the roof down, I think it would enhance what the house looks like and actually add some more architectural harmony to that flat facade that currently exists.
And rethink the placement of the columns as well.
Yeah, because there's not a reason why the columns have to sit in front of the windows. So we're inside the house looking out. You don't really need to see them. So if they were shorter and maybe fewer of them are spaced differently where the windows are free, and then the 2 next to the front door actually highlight the front door and present the front door a little bit. And the other thing just to think about is the trim board that you have going across the top is thin. You may want to make that a little thicker.
that's already there.
The one that's at the top of the columns, the trim board, looks to be 6 inches.
Yeah.
So it needs to look a little
Yeah,
more substantial.
yeah, a little more substantial.
I agree.
So I think if that trim board went from 6 to a little thicker, maybe 8, maybe 9.
8 to 10.
And then by bringing the slope down, it's also going to make it a little more intimate to the front of the house and protect. And actually, it's going to give you a little more sun protection by bringing it down a little bit, which will also help the house.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I would totally agree with you, Mark. You nailed it.
Change the front door too while you're at it.
Well, that's exciting.
I think that's already been approved.
There was a door over where, full disclosure, this house is across the street, one down from me. There was a front door where the rose window was that was taken out at one point. So that's why the rose window's there, which actually broke up the facade a little bit nicely.
Correct, yes, agreed.
Okay. Any
Also,
comments from the
consider
public?
Planting a tree.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Planting a tree. I know that's not within our
What's
realm.
not to like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there is a tree there, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm like, it's hard when there's a rendering, it's not the real pictures, but
Yeah.
there, we have.
Because the front of it right now, they've actually, because the porch is there, it's actually landscaped and there is a tree there. It's just not showing on the rendering, and the tree helps. And there's also privet across the front.
Okay, good.
Comments from the public? Yeah, you good to be coming back with a updated version on the 27th?
You got it?
Okay. Then I'm going to motion to accept the applicant's request for an adjournment for 229 Potato Field Lane to April 27th.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That takes us to 207 Halsey Street, which is 100 Halsey Lane LLC. Do you have the affidavits and are they in order?
No.
Do you have affidavits?
No.
Good evening.
You have to talk to the attorney before I can talk to you.
Good, thank you.
Okay, great.
The board members have the new renderings and the new plans.
Well, did you submit them?
Did you submit them, Marwan?
It's the old stuff, it's the changes in the back of the line, explain to you.
Old stuff plus.
Well, we need for
Wait a
the public to be able to see this.
No,
The way the back of the house is.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. These, you did not submit these by last Tuesday?
Do you have any render? No.
They have been submitted.
They have been submitted.
Okay.
We have just extra copies of.
Oh, okay.
Do you have that? I don't.
Did you make copies and give them to the building department?
We did. Yeah, the
We
renderings
don't have
should be
it.
there. Or our,
Actually, wait a minute.
I think
have-
it's a,
No.
we
No.
have
We don't have any
revised
renderings.
architectural plans.
This is not
What?
the truth, the whole truth.
I mean, drawings.
Yeah, but there aren't, but they, you
What
don't
you
have the
have in your
renderings are
hand.
not included in the packet.
The rendering may not, yes, rendering
Yes.
is recently done, but the sheet A201 is submitted.
Yes.
This is real.
Yes. Okay.
Good evening. Mayron.
First of all, I've got to get real close to the microphone. Thank you.
Good evening. Mayron, principal at Studio B&M. This project was previously approved, I think back in November, October of last year. We have made 3 minor changes. If you look at sheet A201, rear elevation. I don't know if they can- The sliding doors on the first floor are changed to a window, a double window, and the windows on the second floor are changed to sliding doors on a Juliet balcony. And the attachment to the garage, there was an attachment to the garage, that's taken out. Those are the only changes that we're proposing.
I'm sorry, I'm going to ask you to repeat that one more time.
There was another extension to the garage, which we took out. It was supposed to be storage or what have you, and it's taken out now, which is now on sheet 502, Tom. Mark, I'm sorry.
Okay, and tell me again what you did to the back of the house?
They put a Juliet balcony, right? Is that correct?
Take me to the rear elevation through your changes one more time, please.
A201.
A201. You put it into Juliet balcony. What did you do to the back of the house? What are the changes?
I'm sorry, Mark.
What are the changes to the back of the house?
All right, this used to be a sliding door here.
That was approved?
Okay, and you took and you made it into windows.
Which is now double windows in the kitchen.
I didn't hear that. Okay.
And up here used to be 2 windows, now it's a sliding glass door and
If
a
you-
Juliet balcony.
Okay. 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 And what were the changes? There were changes in the front?
I'm
There
sorry?
were changes in the front? Front elevation?
No changes in the front elevation whatsoever. Those
Just
are
the
the
rear.
only changes.
Okay.
Nothing else has changed.
Okay. Board members?
I think the Juliet balcony looks very out of character, and it seems to have made the house very heavy on the top.
Others?
I think it's a tight lot too. I don't go with it for a Juliet balcony, 20-foot setbacks on either side.
Well, the Juliet balcony looks to be about 8 inches deep.
Is it? No, he's got sliding glass doors there. Is that, can you go out?
No, you can't go out. It's only a few
Okay.
inches. You open
I
the
take it
sliding
back.
doors.
You put the Juliet balcony
and
there
they're
so you
up
can
I
against
open
the
the
didn't get
doors.
one of these.
It-
We did the same exact thing at 144 Pulaski about 2-3 years ago.
So you put the
There's
Juliet
no way of
you put the
stepping out.
Juliet balcony so you can open those big windows.
Yeah, but if you look at the plans,
Dying.
I don't know if we have the plans included here. You cannot walk out. It's just,
Okay,
it's right
What
up.
kind of windows were there before?
Sliding dip.
I'm sorry?
Well, they weren't sliders
no, they
before.
weren't windows.
No, there were
Windows.
windows before.
Yeah.
There were large windows before, now it's a sliding door.
They gave away the first floor, so they need to take.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, it's not my favorite, but it does.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You can't actually go anywhere because it's a foot deep.
Oh, wait,
Is-
is that
is-
the rendering that we don't have?
Yes.
Yes, we don't have it. Here you go. Oh, he has it too. We'll share. There you go, Mark.
Okay.
There you go, Jay.
I still think it's too, the sliding glass doors just make it so heavy. It looks like it's top heavy. That's just my take on it.
What did the before look like? Do you have a picture of the before?
What are you looking at?
Do you have a picture of the before? What we approved last time in the back?
No,
No,
that's
that's
what
this.
you're
Do
proposing.
you have
That's what
the
you're
previous?
proposing.
Do you have the previously approved drawings, not tonight's drawings?
Well, I'm sorry.
Do you have
The original.
the original what was already approved?
Yes.
Can you show it to us?
The version that was already approved?
Yes.
I do not have that email. You should have that, it should be in the file
Well,
though.
no. We don't keep those once we approve something. So, so what was there?
Actually, the version that was approved never had a rear elevation.
It had to have had a rear. It had to. If we don't approve houses with no back, with no back walls.
Not a rendering though. It was on the architectural plan, but it was, we did not have a rendering for that.
But you had drawings.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So walk me through this.
Sure.
Although I'm sure we did
Sure,
approve.
sure.
What were you putting sliding doors and a Juliet balcony was windows.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think what I'm hearing from the board is they feel that they're not supportive, some are not supportive of the Juliet balcony because it's too heavy and atypical because it doesn't actually serve a function other than being able to open the doors.
Right.
Whereas before you had windows that looked out, and actually they block the view of the windows because you've got a Juliet balcony there, that windows might be more appropriate. Is that, or do we care about the Juliet balcony?
Well,
Mark, we had the same exact detail. I
That-
don't know.
this is-
not
this-
on
this-
this house.
That's this house. But
Right.
I'm trying to get an opinion here.
Sure,
So-
sure, absolutely.
I think, yes, looking at the rendering, I don't really see the purpose of the Juliet balcony. I believe that opening the windows would be just as
Pleasant.
fresh for the bedroom.
I agree.
Me too.
And it
Okay.
gets rid of some of the, I mean, it's not a big house.
Yeah.
The-
So what I think you're hearing is that
No.
the Juliet balcony is not getting love. People are not liking the Juliet balcony. You need to go back to windows. The garage seems fine. The
Right.
Juliet balcony railing to nowhere and the sliding doors, as people are not finding appropriate or harmonious for this house.
Can I ask the reason for that though?
You can. I think people have looked at it and they don't feel it's appropriate or harmonious to this house or that neighborhood.
Okay. Is
Okay.
it the privacy issue? Or?
I actually think this is a design issue because you're going to put windows there to look out in the backyard, and there's no balcony there. But I think it's a little design dishonest, and I think it adds visual weight to the second floor that seems unnecessary, and you don't have people that are willing to vote for it. So
What about the other items?
the other items seem fine. It's just the thing in question is that Juliet. So if you want to come back and show us next time without the Juliet balcony, go back to just windows, I think you'll be fine.
All right. I'm getting a little pressure from the builder. Is there any way of approving without the Juliet balcony and just having the windows there?
Nope, I have to see it.
Okay.
Okay.
And when's the next meeting?
2 weeks. April 27th.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
See you
Thank
then.
you. Thank you.
very
Thank you.
much, board members.
Oh, sorry. Any comments of the public? No. So I'm going to motion to approve the applicant's request for an adjournment for 207 Halsey Street. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Which brings us to 78 McGee Street. Do you have the affidavits and are they in order?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Thank you.
is this it? Oh, my God.
You don't have the affidavits?
I think he's going to hand them to me.
Oh, okay.
It could happen any minute.
Okay.
We're getting antsy.
I'm feeling good about affidavits.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, good to go.
okay. Good evening, sir. If you will make that microphone your friend and introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Cezary Kropiwnicki. I'm owner of property on 78 Maggie Street.
Okay.
And this is my house.
Okay. Are you the architect?
I'm civil engineer, but
Okay.
I'm doing that kind of stuff. It's my hobby, and I built it. My first house when I was
But
23.
whose
then I
architecture
got
stamp will approve your plans?
No, it's done by architect.
Okay.
I'm just designing, and he just.
Okay. Okay. All righty.
Sorry, just
That's
have to
okay.
stand.
I understand. Go ahead, sir.
Existing house is from 67. Right now it's PVC siding, asphalt roof, a lot of plastic around the house, fences, all that. I'm proposing demo.
The house?
Whole house.
Okay.
With garage, remove everything.
Okay.
And build new structure which will be facing more in open field on Maggie Street in west direction.
Okay. Well, let's deal with that first. Do you know the build year of the house you want to tear down?
Who year?
What year was it constructed?
67.
67, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Board members, understanding our choice here would be to either landmark the existing structure or not landmark the existing structure. If we don't landmark the existing structure, it gives the building department permission to issue a demo permit. So the question becomes, in the existing house, is it something that you would consider nomination for landmark?
No.
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 Okay. In which case, that I'm going to motion that the Architecture Review Board will not seek landmark status for 78 McGee Street. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now go. We have to do it in order. Okay.
The new house will be facing west. Most of the rooms will get south exposure. I love natural light. Plus, the position of the house brings big option for my backyard, where I will have small pool house and new pool. My wife loves gardening. Then it's very important to have space for her, and big kitchen because she's great cook. Yes. And what else? A house will be in cedar shingles, press stain in off-white color. My trim and windows will be that color.
Thank you. Do we want to?
Yeah, we got it.
I see it. Thank you.
Natural cedar roof, and pretty much.
Okay. Is your architect listening in?
No.
Are they in the line?
No.
Okay. Board members, comments?
I'm just curious where your inspiration was from. It doesn't look typical Southampton Village, but I'm just wondering, it looks a bit sort of barn style. I'm just wondering where the inspiration came from.
I love traditional houses. I'm It's typical for my country. I'm Polish guy, born in Poland, and brick chimneys and traditional, very traditional look of the house. It will be pretty much one floor because I'm getting older. The second floor is on the left wing, where my kids can stay when they are visiting us, and pretty much.
Okay. Let's go with comments. I'll start. I think it's very atypical, and I'm not sure it's harmonious to the street. I think the cap detail that you have at the top of all this heavy trim detail all the way across the top of the roof it's too heavy at the top of the house, and it's not harmonious to the rest of the neighborhood. I think the front door. Let me give you all my comments, then we can go through it. I think it's really actually kind of hard to find the front door because the garage has so much more presence at the front door, and there's not actually a path to the front door. The heavy roof shingles are not something we would normally see. I think the color's really nice. I think the tapered chimney doesn't really work, and the very tall structure on top where you have the chimney cap doesn't work. I think the lower level of the back sort of works, but the heaviness of the trim detail and the roof detail again in the back to me feels disharmonious. And then you've got, it looks like is that a flat roof over the pool house?
No.
Okay, so whatever the heavy trim detail is at the top of the roof there, it to me doesn't feel what would be appropriate for Southampton. But I'll leave to others to comment.
What is the siding of the house?
Cedar shingle stain.
I like the color seems to work.
Yeah, but these are shingles because it looks too.
Like clapboard?
Yeah, it looks like clapboard.
No, it's. I just show you the sample. This is the made back shingles, press stain.
Okay, it just looks like clapboard. I guess
It
it's the
looks
rendering.
like
I guess it's the rendering.
yeah.
I would agree with Mark that the front door is kind of lost. It's a nice looking garage entrance, but it's taking precedent over the entry to the front door.
And we also don't normally see, we don't see
fronting.
street front balconies either.
Right.
Street
Or
facing
garages.
balconies.
Or
Or
garages,
garages, yeah.
Right.
So.
Go ahead.
Sorry, the fact that it's a one-story and the coloring and it's friendly and approachable, I agree that the front door, I mean, you could solve that by just putting a path and some plantings that lead to the front. But
there is a landscaping plan also.
Okay, but I believe that the simplicity of this kind of ranch with these generous roofs can be elegant, but it's a lot going on with these chimneys and these pediments that are got many layers of ornament. So I feel like there's two different styles. Kind of, there's the garage, and that part I find quite. Again, there's but then there's this pediment on top that looks like it's a slightly different, more ornate style. So I feel like you're almost on to doing a very generously proportioned roof on a one-story house that's welcoming, but I feel like these layers of ornament and pediments don't match the style of what this could be as a simple one-story elegant classical home. I just think it could be simpler.
Actually, trim it can be simpler, but garage on the front of the house. This is because we have setbacks. I have 40 feet from. This is corner property.
Oh.
Then, if you are trying to place that garage, one-car garage, there is no way that I can have door to the garage from the left side because there is not enough setbacks. It's 20 feet. It's not enough room to turn to that. It's why I put the just single garage and
Well-
door to the garage is on the floor.
I think there's a way, you just haven't found it yet. But
There's no way. Otherwise,
well, you're not listening. So I'm telling you, what we don't like to see is we really don't like to see street-facing garages on a new property like this, and we would never have a street-facing balcony. So take a look at what you have is currently the balcony, and then you have these colonnades down the side of it, and the street-facing balcony, and see if there's another way to present that where it can be turned into in a different direction. Because that's what you're hearing from the board.
no.
Well, then, here's the deal. You're going to have 3 votes of this board to build anything. So if what you hear is opinions of the board and you tell us no, it's going to be a long time before you build a house.
I have setbacks, 40 feet from both.
I live in a corner.
Everyone has
I live on a
setbacks,
corner
yes.
lot. I understand. We have lots of houses on corner lots in the village. And what we're telling you is, from the village perspective, we don't like to see street-facing garages. So what I'm saying is you're going to need to go back and look at your idea and figure out a different construction configuration that does that. So that's what I'm telling you. And I'm telling you, where you have any kind of balcony that faces this front street this way, I don't think we've ever approved one in 7 years. So
Even if it's face in open space?
no, we don't approve them.
Okay.
So that's what I can tell you. So how much time do you think you need to reconfigure
weeks.
and come back? All right? And you may want to have your architect come with you. Are there any comments from the public? Okay. Okay.
So the motion adjourned.
Did he say yes?
Yes.
There's a comment?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello?
Thank you.
You might want to stay for this.
Put this over here.
Hello?
Oh, there is someone?
Yes.
Who are they?
Hello?
Oh, Jeff.
Jeff? Mr. Broadley?
Yep, I'm here. So Jeff Broadley, 166 Halsey Street. So I'm chiming in to concur with the board, so the board is not left standing alone without there being some public input. What I first noticed about the design that I wish the applicant would take into consideration are the overworking of various styles. The flares, the chimney have been mentioned, the front-facing balcony, which are quite different than a more simple version. So I think the board has provided some good feedback, and I would hope that the applicant would consider that when they come back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff. All right. So I'm going to motion to accept the applicant's request for adjournment to April 27th. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And with that, I motion to close the April 13th meeting of the Southampton Village Board of Architecture Review and Historic Preservation. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, God.